Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to another stream. Lots of people joining again. Thank you so much for being here. Avenger Ryan, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. It was a pleasure meeting you in Lelystad. Avenger, I hope you got home well and I hope your foot is better now. Lido, hello to you. Fuzzle, hello. Goatfred, hello. Cannon Plug, hello. Max Crosswind, hello to you. Hope you're not too bored. Julend, hello. Ozzy, hi. Lunital, hello to you. Luke, hello. And so Luke, we've got lots of stuff to talk about. So we've got stuff to talk about, the flight sim show in Lelystad. Hey, Easy, wie geht's dir? Ja, Grüße. So Easy got his holiday now. And a dumb rep, nice. Yeah, thanks for being there, Easy. It was lovely to meet you, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy your holiday. And I hope it's good weather there. Jay, hello to you. Abiyama, hello. Axel, hello, guys. Hello, hello. And hello, Mark. Mark, I dearly missed you in FS Weekend, man.
Channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please
how can it be as good, as Cosford if you're not there? Man, next year though, next year.
Thank you.
You promised. Trostbrot, hello, and Dankeschön, Trostbrot, for 20 months of support. Yeah, guys, so in case you're wondering, this is the cinematic mode from Chase Plane. So I have it installed and updated, of course. And so we'll have a look at these features today. So FS Weekend, I'll talk a little bit more later during the cruise flight, was very nice. So for me, getting there was actually quite comfortable. I only had a 3-hour drive. Oh my God, Lilienthal, 98 months.
Experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served? Thank you.
Lilienthal is only 2 more months, and then it's going to be 100 months of support. It's incredible. 100 months. Can you believe that? Oh my God. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for the maximum time you can be subscribed on my channel. 98 months. Oh God. Hang on. That's definitely worth a round of applause here. Oh, where's my applause? Hold on. Where is my applause? I have a feeling that my sound settings have been messed up again. So I did not hear these sound settings there. Why? Sometimes I don't know why. Let's have a look now. Let's see. There it is. Thank you so much. And Ghost, hello to you. Nice. Yeah, like I said, we've got lots of stuff to talk about during the flight. Now, one thing I've noticed was that there was a huge hype going on with Sayintentions. I remember that we tried Beyond ATC, so the AI ATC service. And now they made lots of good comments about Sayintentions.AI. So I thought I have to give it a try. So I've neglected that one in the past. And so, I've set it up, and we'll do a flight here from Frankfurt to Naples and see how good that is. The second flight today is going to be from Ganakasee down to Lelystad. So Lelystad, I didn't know that actually. So Papa Hotel Sceneries or Scenery Builder, they have a scenery there, so we can check it out. And we're going to fly there with a Comanche, also using Sayintentions because I want to try the VFR communications as well there. Hey, Pilot 19. Yeah, it was a great time. It was really, really lovely meeting a lot of you from the community. Like I said many times, this is just, it creates these memorable moments where you just have, these great talks, and you have, faces now to the names that we have here in the chat. So it's brilliant, and it's nice to see all the same kind of shared passion in flight simulation. Yeah, Avenger, yeah, he was, right. I'm not sure if it's already published, but he did say he's working on it, didn't he? Yeah, cool. Oh, yes, and of course, man, we got so many updates. So We've got update here for the iFly. That's version 1.03. What else? Yeah, so we do have chase plane. I'm not sure. Did anybody recognize your voice? I'm not sure. No, not really. Well, the people didn't know me, so I said I was wearing this and this, right? So for the community to be able to meet up with me. And then, of course, then people noticed me. Hey, I was Scotsman. How are you? But otherwise, it was quite funny. You know, it's funny because, you know, I recognized many other fellow streamers and content creators, right? Like Swiss 001, for example. Or you know, Two-Tone Murphy, or London Controller. And the cool thing is, hey, they don't know me, right? They've never seen me in real life, right? So I could just you know, wander around like a ghost. But I did talk to a couple of them, yeah. So I have to say, you know, these people are you know, are nice. And of course, I talked personally to Matthijs Kok as well. So he's, you know, with PMG now, but he was very busy, so I didn't want to disturb him too long. But I did ask him about why they decided to bring out the 747-100 first, you know, because I said, well, you know, this takes away, or this takes so much, you know, new programming to do, and so yeah, he said, well, because they really wanted to, all right. And I said, well, as long as the 747-400 is still on the cards, and the 400, and he said, yeah, they'll come out as well. So yeah, he actually, you know, well, you know, Matthijs, he was used to be with Aerosoft, of course. Ghost knows, he's just pulling my leg, and then he went to PMDG. Now, he was at one of the events, so they had a panel discussion, and I'll talk about that as well, because that was one of the discussions I found interesting, because Matthijs actually said some interesting things, and things that I really do agree with. So we'll go through that later. Yeah, so Düsseldorf from MK Studios coming up. That's nice. And Hanover as well, a new developer. Yes, Spymaster. Oh yeah, and all the hardware stuff. Yeah, like I said, we've got such a lot of stuff to talk about. Hey, Dominic. And Peter, hey, there is Peter. Peter, it was a pleasure meeting you in person, Peter. I hope you got home well. Yeah, like I said, I had a 3-hour drive, so for me it was literally it was not really you know, anything major. So I hope you had a good drive home, Lido. Thoughts on the flat FS Fact Embraer? No, not really, because I mean, I wandered about and I had a look at some of these, you know, these stands with the add-ons, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also, I mean, I will make a new kind of intro with an announcement probably before the next stream. So you guys know that. I mean, I was tempted, you know, with all the hardware. In you know, being built now, and it really is a absolute exponential growth now regarding hardware, which is fantastic for us flight simmers. And I was really tempted to kind of, you know, talk to all these developers and ask them if they want a collaboration with me. But then I thought, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's actually just, you know, actually cancel all affiliations I have, everything, you know, with any developer, and literally just buy anything myself, and that way I'll just have the ability to really, you know, talk freely and, you know, give an unbiased kind of view on these things. So yeah, so that's a decision I've made. Yeah, Mark, I really think yeah, that's one thing I want to change, and then there's you know, another way going forward regarding yeah, the way we stream here, right? The way we interact and the way we enjoy flight simming. So, you know, there's some changes coming, some minor changes, not big changes, but some minor changes where I think it'll do us all good. Because one thing I realized, and you know, going through these panel discussions and looking at the people the visitors there at the FS weekend, you could see that all in all, it is a very nice atmosphere. It's a very kind of peaceful, it's an exciting atmosphere where people, you can feel that, even young kids, trying out in the 320 simulator from Skalaki or something, right? They were really, really, beaming, right? They just loved that atmosphere, and so it's great to see, right? And I think it's really that, isn't it? That we all share. It's the fascination about flight simulation, and as many of these big developers and these professionals there were saying, and I think it's true. They said that we are living in the golden age of flight simming, and I think that is correct. The changes we've seen over the last 5 years have been tremendous. So not everything's good. No, not everything's good, but a lot of it is good. And so I'm happy to be here and to be able to share that. Yeah, so Aviamar, one of the big reasons I want to get away from being affiliated with add-on makers is because it's hard to describe, but there is, of course, competition, right? And I've seen some things which I totally dislike, and it actually has affected me personally. So it has dragged me down, and you saw that with the FS Labs issue. It's a shame. I really like FS Labs. I know the developers. I know it's a fantastic add-on, but what happened in the background was just so bad for me and for my kind of vibe for the flight simming business. That I decided to just go that way. And so I think it's a good decision moving forward. Yeah. Exactly, Canon plug. Exactly, right? So I want to be free. I want to be able to, say what I want to say, and I want to be, just enjoying flight simming. Because, man, the last couple of streams have been so fantastic. I really had so much fun. Be it diversions or we had so many cool moments, and that's really what I want to have. That's the spirit. That's what I want to portray and have on these streams. So let's have a look. Let's go system page, sim menu. We'll go with ground support. Hey Dirkster, moin. Okay, so it goes. Let's put it this way, all right. So the crashed desktops are, I guess, just a test of someone's perseverance and someone's what's the word? I keep forgetting the word. Is it patience? Something I have not a lot of, but so yeah. I guess
421 heavy climb and
that's the dark side.
370.
Oh, hello. Someone's talking already.
To flight level 370, Lufthansa 421 heavy.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
What? Hang on. What's going on already? Something's happening. Let me just see. Yeah, resilience test, exactly. Right, so what's 12485? Why is that? Is that a frequency? I didn't think so, right? Let me just have a look here. So let me put that there on number 2 set. Let me put 1215. Do it again, TV. Hello, and Marty Snark. Hello to you guys. How are you doing? Yeah, I honestly I need to check what was the update with the Max here. Yeah, Astur. The thing is, so one funny moment I'll share with you guys right now. So pretty much towards the end of the show at Sunday afternoon, I actually had a chance to have a quick chat with the London controller because he was just so busy all the time. He had so many people around him, but then he was standing at a table with just 2 other people, but they didn't really talk to each other. So I just went there and I grabbed a chance and said hello to London controller Jamie, and had a really nice chat with him. So I can honestly say he's a really nice guy, right? So you get a feeling when you're talking to someone face to face, you get a feeling of how that person is, right? So I can honestly say he seems like a genuine nice guy. So while I was talking to him, obviously we came across the topic A350, and I was complaining about the crashed desktops, right? And saying, how could they miss that? And then Jamie just looked over to the other guy to the right of me, and Jamie said, "Well, then I've got the right person to talk to." And so to the right, I think it was the CEO. Is it called Musa or something? I forgot his name already. So yeah, he I think it was the CEO of Builds, right? So I said, "Oh, okay. Well, then we got the right man." Yeah. So I asked him, guys, you have beta testers, don't you? Why didn't you guys, catch those things? And he said, well, to be honest, they didn't have these amounts of crashed desktops on their testing systems, and so he said honestly they didn't pick it up prior. All right, so yeah, I'll take his word for that. But he said version 1.04 should fix that. Now I've installed 1.04. I have not done a flight yet though, but I also deleted the WASM folder, have it rebuilt everything just to make sure that if I have a broken WASM file, then it would be rebuilt from scratch. But I already saw that Jamie, so London controller, on his stream yesterday, I think, he had a crashed desktop in flight with the A350, and he said that was his first crashed desktop he had in the 350. So I thought, well, welcome to our world. I mean, but so it looks like it's still happening. So I don't know how well things have been fixed. Right, so Astor says, if it's still crashing, change the memory of your hard drives to system managed mode. Each one of them. Okay, where's that is it in the hard drive management? It's like, let me just make a screenshot of that.
Lufthansa 941. Departure, contact Langen radar on 1220.155.
Lufthansa 9er. Correction, Lufthansa 438 120.155. All right.
In Naples, it's windy right now. Okay, we'll see. Oh, really? Okay, do it again. Thanks a lot for the heads up there. Fantastic. Right, let me have a look here. So chase plane. One thing, quick thing with chase plane. So you can be having different opinions about this. One thing I do like is that, for example, if you go overhead and you want to adjust that view, you get this little panel here.
Thank you.
And that's actually really neat, as it can move around quite nicely, up and down, tilt, pitch, zoom, etc., etc. So that is something I find quite neat, I have to say. You can save that new position that way. You can set the push buttons with that. So that's already a nice feature. Hello to Flurkle. Flurkle, wie geht's? Thank you so much for the 14 months. And Trostbrot, did I say thank you to you as well? Trostbrot for the 20 month. I hope so, Trostbrot. Once again, thanks a lot for your support, 20 months. And Flurkle, thanks for the 14 months. Okay, so Astor, thanks for the heads up there.
Gift
oh, Avenger!
Enjoy the gifted sub.
My God, Avenger, thank you so much. Avenger, you are unbelievably generous. Look at that. It says now, 5 gifted subs just now. Big round of applause for that. So everyone that just got gifted, please say a big thank you to Avenger Ryan. And that's a total of 255 gifted subs on the channel. Big thank you, Avenger. And once again, it was a really, really pleasure meeting you. Hoping to see you again next year. Oh, Trostwood, you would like to hear the German alarm. Let me have a look. Let me have a look if I find that really quickly for you. Hold on. There it is.
Guten Tag, guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren, willkommen On Bord der Captain Blackbox Infotainment Albanese. Nur Abatanen sollten jetzt ihre Karte für die ETS-Klasse abholen. Vielen Dank.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go. Just for you, Trosport. TV Revenger, hello to you. Hey, Organ Aviator, how are you? How did you cope? I hope you had no nightmares from our shared flight. Oh, sorry, your headphones were on max. I apologize. Oh, apologies. Yeah, of the city, yeah. I'm looking forward to that, absolutely. Jehu, hello to you as well. How are you? Right, for those of you who actually went to the FS Weekend show, even though you didn't maybe get a chance to meet me personally, but what was your impression of the sim show? I would love to hear about that. Yeah, so they are getting closer to getting the Max into the iFly 737 Max into Max of 2024, but at this very point in time, it is still in 2020 only. Where's my performance pay? So let's have a look. So weight and balance. Oh, it's one of those things again. Hang on, where's my? Oh, you know what? Do I have to set my my credentials again? Hang on, let me just have a look. Sorry, let me just check my application preferences. No, sim menu, ACARS. Yeah, there we go. So sim brief ID is missing. Why is that? I hope I don't have to do a restart, which I'm not going to do. So now the question is though, oops. So now, so ground support. Man, where was the? Yeah, Avenger, I agree. And I think a lot of people were saying that there was a really big focus on hardware stuff. So they had like one foyer with more flight sim stuff like Navigraph. You had the add-on makers there, and then you had I don't know the VATSIM guys there. So VATSIM, they had the Dutch controls there, and I talked to one of them. And he recognized my voice, and he said, "Oh, we talked about the last time when we did that SRA event." So he was doing the SRA approaches, and so it was great to talk to him there. Yeah, Organ, no worries. Okay, cool, Organ. Let me know how it goes. What do you mean? What's wrong with the FS Labs 321? Nothing. Not to my knowledge. So let's have a quick look. Twee 71 Bravo. Now let's have a look. Menu. ACARS is not working yet. Oh, I keep forgetting how to get the flight plan in here, but I think it doesn't work if you have if you haven't entered the SimBrief data prior. Let's have a look here. Maybe that works. Oh, I have to sign in. Hold on. Let me just sign in here. Yes, allow. There we go. Yeah, because if you do it, so the latest update required to do a complete reinstallation. But it seems to be working now, which is great. Hold on. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Yeah, Voyager, I have to agree with you. So even though the venue was very similar, so for example, we had the museum there with some great aircraft being on display there, but I agree with you. Somehow the atmosphere wasn't quite like we had in Cosford. It's hard to describe, but yeah. So they had two major foyers. So one of them was a smaller one, like I said, with the more the software side of things, and then there was a bigger foyer with some aircraft on display there, and there you had literally everything. There was literally more like hardware stuff. So these cockpits, etc. Hey, Valet. Nothing. I don't know. Somebody typed what's wrong with the FS Labs. Nothing's wrong with the FS Labs. Nothing. I don't know who started that. I only said that I've decided to break all ties I have with, so all affiliations I've had in the past, I've cut. So from now on, I'm not going to take on any more free software, free hardware. I'll pay for everything myself, and that way, I just free myself of anything, any kind of biased notions that may come through because of that. So. And yeah, so Lilo, like I was mentioning, so while I was talking to London Controller, I mentioned to him that I wasn't happy with the A350, and then he pointed to the guy next to me, and that was apparently the CEO of Indie Builds. So nice guy, don't get me wrong, he's nice, and he had had an honest discussion. But I did get the notion he was a little bit also, I don't know, maybe upset or not happy with how the release went all in all. But yeah. So the thing is that he explained a few things to me. And I'm sure that they'll do their best. So the important thing is, guys, that they do continue to update, right? They take the comments from the community seriously, and they do, of course, then take these feedbacks and then implement those improvements quickly, fast. So that's the important thing. Right, I don't think I have a flight plan in here, do I? So let me just have a quick look here on my Sim Toolkit Pro. Hey, Elias. Jamie said he was upset with the Phoenix. Oh, really? Why was he upset with the Phoenix then? He did not mention that to me. Yeah, so Lima Echo 3. I did talk to him because that was my initial comment. I said, how can he miss these crash to desktops? And he said, well, while they were testing, they did not really have that issue. So apparently something in between. I'm not a programmer, so I'll take his word on that. And honestly, I somehow do believe him, simply because you as a developer, you are aware if you mess up such a release, where literally everyone has these crash to desktops, it does leave a bad mark, doesn't it? It does leave a bad mark on your, on your credibility, right? So, so of course, I think they would really, really, really make sure that the release is as good as it can be. So, so we're going to set the fuel. Done. Because of the mention from Amir regarding the A350 release. Well, I don't know. You know. Yeah. I think those things are a bit over dramatizing. You know, it's an opinion, and you know, why not? You know, allow yourself an opinion. Oh, hang on. Wait, balance. There was one more thing. Cargo. Oh, packs. So packs total. I think I had 170. That's 170 there. So set the payload. Done. So we should be having, it says 62.1, and I have on my flight plan, I have 61.6. All right, so that's fine. So I've got 62.1 here. Well, actually, I have a bit less on the flight plan. Maybe just to change that. Otherwise, we may have a little bit less fuel when we arrive in Naples. So set the payload. There we go. Right, 61.2. Perfect. Cool. Hey, Tuxu. You're back from Andalusia. How was it? How was your trip? It goes, when do you use 711 and when do you use 71 Bravo? Honestly, I just vary that as much as I can. The reason is I don't want to get used to a certain call sign, because that way it just it just gets so used to one call sign. We have 2.5 tons reserve fuel, and the alternate is Roma Fiumicino. Cool. Guys, okay, so for those just joining, so again, we are testing the Sayintentions.AI. Software that uses AI to get ATC, right? So, and that way you can practice communications. So I didn't realize that they had been updating so much, and they announced some cool new features for the future. So definitely worth checking out again. The weather was terrible. Okay. Storms, heavy rain. Oh, that's sad. But I hope not all the time. 771, yeah, I know. Yeah, Alilo, I mean, what add-on is perfect? Have we ever seen a perfect add-on? Not to my knowledge. So, I think that discussion shouldn't even be, started. I think, but there have been releases that were somewhat bad compared to others, right? And yes, certain bugs, are tolerable, but they shouldn't really, be at a level where you can't even finish a single flight. Yeah, and Elias, you could argue, for example, if you have a developer of a different add-on come out and criticize something about another add-on, I mean, sure, it may not be the most tactical thing to do, but isn't it better that way instead of sending someone else to post your opinion? Like he could have sent someone from some, I don't know, from his team or beta testers to post that kind of thing, in I don't know, not in his name, but to get that message across. So I mean, for him coming out himself, I mean, it's his true personal opinion. I don't know. I don't see what's really wrong with that. Hey Nico, GSX always perfect. Yeah, right. Yeah, so Voyager, I'm not sure if I was exactly at that meeting, but I was at the meeting with London Controller and Tutor Murphy and some other content creators. And then I was at the panel discussion with the CEO of Sayintentions, Matthijs Kok, and with the developer from Papa Hotel Scenery Development, and also from Fly-by-Wire. And I'll quote. I'll give you some quotes later during flight. So I actually found that discussion very interesting, and they touched as well on the topic of AI. So that definitely was interesting. Right, guys. So we've got 68.2 for the takeoff weight. 68.4. That's fine. And so we'll do a flap 5 takeoff, runway 18 full length. Trim is 5.4. We've got 40, 41, 49. We're doing a TO1 D rate with a 48 assumed temperature. No, he is, Peter, he is still with PMG. Yeah. So he says he's writing the manuals, for example, and he's helping out wherever he can at PMG. That was his comment on the stage there. HD Sim, you flew this bird. Last update works for me. Have a nice flight. Thank you much, HD Sim. Yeah. So, I mean, I have criticized certain things lately, and I know it doesn't go down well with developers. So, you know, but to be honest, I don't care, right? So, it's my opinion, and I don't just throw out things, you know, lightheartedly. So when I have an opinion about something, and I've been in the flight sim business for a long time as well, and so if there's something that I find worth, you know, criticizing or even mentioning in a positive way, I'll do that. And I've been talking very positively about many things, but also, yeah, I'm taking my right to also criticize. I don't see anything wrong with that. And if some people can't take criticism or feedback, not my problem, honestly. You know. In the end, if you are a developer, and okay, let's do it the other way around. Let's put it this way. For me as a pilot, one of the biggest attributes of airline pilots is the fact that they are trained to look for feedback and even ask for feedback, or whenever they do get feedback, self-reflect on that feedback. That is something incredibly important for an airline pilot. The thing is, as you go through your career, as you progress up in the hierarchy, and especially the moment when you become a captain, the feedback you get drops down to very low levels, because there's a lot of people that simply have a fear of giving feedback to someone higher up in the hierarchy. It is just as simple as that. So whenever you get a notion, or whenever you have a feeling that something that you've said or something that you've done hasn't gone down well with someone, you ask for feedback, right? And it means you have to be open for feedback, obviously. So when you get feedback, one of the important things is not to take it in a negative personal manner, right? It's something you should be taken seriously, and you should self-reflect. And usually if another person gives you a piece of feedback, that stands on solid grounds. There's something that maybe you've missed in the way you come across to other people in a certain moment, right? Because we all know our character kind of changes a little bit, or the way we react depending on the stress level that we have. Or as I've mentioned that as well many times in the streams, that think of it like every one of us, you, me, all of us, we all carry around a rucksack, right? So a a bag, right, on our backs that is more or less heavy, right? And it's filled with things from our daily lives. So anything that can affect our mood, anything that can affect our health, anything in that filled with excuses. No, Yoda, no, not excuses. Hey, how are you doing, Yoda? I hope you had a nice cycle ride. That's a good one. No, so things from life, okay? So, things that obviously drag you down a bit, and things that lower your stress level resistance. So these sort of things, and the weight of that bag that you carry around with you on your back changes as you go through life. No doubt, right? So there will always be moments when you will react in a manner that is not really adequate for that moment, and then you may get feedback or not, or you may self-reflect, and pretty much fuzzle. Some of those things obviously in that bag will be things you have to self-reflect on, right? And I think airline pilots,
A gift from me to you.
oh my god,
Enjoy the gift
thank you
itself.
so much. Oh my god, that's another 5 gifted from John Tamira. So John, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. And again, everyone that just been gifted, please say big thank you. And why is my applause thing not working in? Again, hang on. Something's wrong with my applause settings there. Hold on. Let's try that. Hang on. No. Why is that not working today? Oh, hold on. It says it's disconnected somehow. Right, let me try to restart that. One second. And then we get back to the discussion. Right, so... there we go. There it is. So thank you once again. John, thanks for the 5 gifted. That's 10 in total. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for your support. Exactly. So, like I said, we airlines pilots, we get trained to taking these feedbacks and then try to become better as we go through our careers, right? And I think the same is true for things in the normal life, right? So, everyone can take this. And take advice, and it doesn't really hurt. So here's another point, and my wife commented on that several times through our time as a couple. She said that right from the beginning, one thing she absolutely admired was the way I handled discussions, or handled the fights that we had, right? So different opinions, and she said she noticed right from the start that the training that I've received right from early on, as I was a first officer, really helps. It even helps in relationships. It's something I can honestly just pass on to anyone that is interested. Self-reflect, right? Ask for feedback. It really helps in many ways. John says, thanks for streams, discussions, and streams more. Thank you so much. Yeah, John, like I said, I want to, take the momentum that we've got from the last couple of streams, which was really positive, and I do want to continue on that path. Last year, unfortunately, there were some moments which were not pretty. So I want to go past that and just, again, be on a more positive path going forward. Yes, Jeanette, I mean, that's assuming, of course, if you get feedback, of course, you have to act on it. So self-reflect and act on it. If you struggle with maybe, with trying to get better or acting on that feedback, then there's always people that can counsel you. So they, psychologists or psychiatrists, there's people that do counseling. So, that's something I can also, give you as an advice for people. And not cancelling, no, counselling. So sorry for my bad pronunciation. Counselling, like a counsellor. I think it's a counsellor in English. Not cancelling, no. No, definitely wrong. Right, anyways, so let's do the first thing. Let's try out the... Hey, Dr. Fred, moin moin. Let's go and find out the frequency for the clearance delivery, and let's ask for a clearance. Now, I got to get pen and paper ready because the clearance is fast. Because I said I'm a pro, so in the setting somewhere you can set if you're a beginner, if you're medium or immediate, or if you are pro. Now, of course, I said I was a pro, so and now the clearance comes like in lightning speed, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So let me have a look. Anything else I can do here? Page down, aircraft stands east, parking east, there we go. Complete, first of all. So that's where we are at Charlie 8, I think. Yeah, Charlie 8, I think we are. And then let's have a look here. 22035. Oh, that button down here. Let me just look here. Can I do that? Yeah. 22035. Astur, hello. And I got a question. Entourage, is it? Do you set that in the app? Because we already heard some of the aircraft. Quoten Wagner, yeah. So I also actually mainly used Beyond ATC. Yeah, I think I have set that up. Yeah, I think I have that. So we'll see. So once again, 22035. Just need to set my push to talk button. Give me a second. So identify. Headset controls, there we go. Push to talk. There we go. Frankfurt, clearance delivery, good afternoon. Lufthansa, no, TUIjet, sorry, TUIjet 71 Bravo requesting clearance to Naples. You probably didn't understand that.
I'm working on that clearance, standby.
Oh, that's German. Sorry for disturbing you. The pricing models, let me just check something here. Sayintentions. How much is that?
371 Bravo, information Quebec is current. Clear to Naples via the CND7 Sierra departure, then as files departure runway 18, initial climb to 4000, Barclay departure on 118.505, squawk 3515.
Jesus Christ, can you say that faster? TUIjet 71 Bravo is clear to Naples via the Cindy 7 Sierra departure, runway 18, climb 4000, departure frequency 118.505, squawk 3515.
TUIjet 71 Bravo, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.805 when ready.
Ground on 121.805 and ready. Thank you, TUIjet 71 Bravo. Blimey. But hey, look, I said I was pro, right?
Das Boarding hat begonnen und die ersten Passagiere sind an Bord.
What?
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren, und herzlich willkommen an Bord von TUI Flug G70B nach Neapel. Wir freuen uns, Sie an Bord zu haben. Bitte nehmen Sie Ihre Plätze gemäß Ihren Bordkarten ein.
Hey, Boget.
Stauen Sie Ihr Handgepäck in den Gepäckfächern über Ihnen oder unter dem Sitz vor Ihnen. Wenn Sie Hilfe benötigen, zögern Sie bitte nicht.
Der klingt aber etwas schweizerdeutsch.
Vielen Dank und einen angenehmen Flug.
Smooth operator. Yeah, right. It's Schweizerdeutsch. Yeah, that sounds Swiss. Yeah, but you know that's not uncommon. I mean, you may have some Swiss, people working for different airlines, right? And they speak German, yes. Rösti von dir noch? Ah, bist zwag. Ha. So the funny thing is, so my parents lived in Switzerland for a couple of years, and my brother actually still lives in Switzerland. I went there, and
Frankfurt clearance, Lufthansa 656, requesting IFR clearance to Palermo, and we have information, Bravo.
Okay, that's weird. That's some other.
Clearance, stand by.
So.
Lufthansa 656, clear to Palermo via the Annex to Lima departure.
What? Didn't you say standby?
Runway 18, initial climb to 9000. Departure on 118.505, squawk 5211.
Lufthansa 656, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.805.
Exactly, he gave himself the clearance, right? Okay, that's strange. Okay, anyways, yeah. So I went to buy some beer. So big container of beer, and so I went to the cashier, and then the cashier asked me, "Hatten Sie eine Horace?" And I was like, "You what?" So Horace, and I was like, "Oh my God, what does it mean? I'm not harassing you." What? It sounded aggressive as well. I thought, what? No, I didn't steal anything, right? What do you want from me? No, harasse, wissen Sie harasse? So no, I don't know. So harasse is like an empty carrier, with empty bottles, right? So that took a while to find out. Yeah. So now I know what harasse means. So. Drug box. Yeah. No, that wasn't for me. Well, it was partly, but not all for me. So, all right. So the Cindy Sierra 7 departure, Arnav departure. So we've got that, and so let's put that in. 18. Oh, hang on. Do I have an old database in here? No. I didn't update, did I? Okay, so that's my bad then. Okay, we'll take the 5 Sierra. It's going to be the same. No worries. Hang on. Plan mode. That doesn't look good. Hang on. What? 18? Why is it doing that? Yeah, hopefully that will go away once we taxi out. So the departure route is in. So initially it's 158, 159 Amtix. 158, 159 Amtix. Although there should be 170 in there as well, 5,000 above. Maybe that has changed. All right, let me just put that in here. Let's see if it recognizes it. Not in database. All right, doesn't matter. We've got the 5,000 there. That should not be limiting today. Right, then we got 4,000 feet. I'm going to put the heading 176, I think it is. Airport is Delta Fox. So 1360, 3060, and we have 18. Yeah, 176. Yeah, Nico. Yeah. I don't know where they get the ATIS info from. So I'm going to put Naples, Zulu ILS 06. The arrival is going to be the Erika 1 Charlie. At least that's
575 read back correct.
At least that's the same. And then Oliva transition execute. That looks good to me. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. There we go. So that should be good. And then we'll put the flight directors on initial course. Actually, let's do the return course. So that's going to be 07 or 066 for runway 07. Yes, so John, I have bought Chase Plane. They are obviously, I think for content creators, there are some new aspects there that are nice. However, I mean, maybe setting up viewpoints and binding them to buttons is a bit easier. And obviously you have some nice features here as well, like with tower view, for example. You can do a flyby later on. Nearest runway, nearest parking. Drone, obviously, we know, but yeah, flyby would be nice, and then tower view. So obviously, there are some things where you can quickly change through these, and then you have cinematics, really. That's one thing I think content creators really like. Oh, really? Okay, so latest updating Windows really messed up YouTube for you? Okay, that's really weird. I've not noticed that, because I have the latest version as well. Yeah, so like I said, this is nice, obviously. But is it necessary to have? I don't know. You know, if you already set up all your viewpoints and your button binds, I don't see really bigger advantages of getting it. Although maybe another advantage is the following. So there is obviously a community thing again where you can actually you know, download pre-made viewpoints, right? And you can have a look at those before you actually, and then you can save them. We had that in the older versions as well, right? Yeah, so you can browse through these and you can save them for your own personal views. I mean, that's nice. That's what we had in P3D back then in the days. So yeah. Okay, that's really weird, Korten Wagner. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we got the arrival. Then let's start going. So performance. So we got the init. We have. Let me have a look if I can get the route data, the wind request in.
Frankfurt clearance, Seabird 9515. Information Gulf. Request IFR clearance to London Heathrow.
Okay. Weird thing is that does not sound British.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
That sounds British. But yeah, okay. That maybe there's some room for improvement there, but we'll see how that goes. Sounds French, even really. Oh dear. And John, you've been using P3D still. You've not been friends with Microsoft yet. Okay, yeah, I fully understand. 805 for the pushback. Cool. I'm going to put 14.2 in here for Frankfurt. And that's good. That's good. So I want to set the speeds. So that was set. Takeoff 149. Hey, Senshai, wie geht's dir? Happy belated birthday wishes once again. I hope you had a great birthday. Sencha, any other advantages you would see with chase plane? I'm not sure if you actually got it. What am I missing in that regard? Huh? Huh? Hang on. What am I doing wrong here? 3515. There we go. You don't have it yet. Yeah, I agree. Oh yes. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, you only get it when you club 42 member. Yeah, and of course I spend a ton of money there on their products. So yeah. So if I'm not if I'm not a 42 member club member, who is, right? Seriously, like I spent so much money there. So let's have a quick look here. So ground support, we can take those off and that disconnect set. And then there was a few things. That's the only thing I don't like. If you reinstall everything, or you have to reinstall everything, then obviously these things get reset as well every time. That's good. That's all right. Navigation display, heading on top, obviously set. And I want to have PFD. I don't want to have angle of attack indicator set. And I think otherwise, yeah, that's. I know there's some other things that I have to change again. Enable HUD set. All right, and then I want to have again the doors page. Doors, close. Yeah, Easy Dock. I tried Easy Dock as well, but I wasn't really happy with that. I preferred. I did prefer Chase Plane. I guess it's a bit simpler in its UI. Yeah, Falk. Okay, that's a good point as well. Yeah, so once you start moving, you'll see some physics-based, movements here with Chase Plane. Yeah, good point, Falk. Yeah. Rightio. So we're pretty much finished now. Finally. So let's have a look at the checklist. Let's pin that. Let's get the normal checklist. Pin that. And so checklist. Right, pre-flight oxygen. Test at 100%. Navigation transfer display switches are normal and auto. Window heat is on. We have pressurization mode selector in auto. Flight instruments. We've got heading 018. Altimeter is... Hold on. What's the altimeter? Oh, I'm not on live weather, am I? Hang on. Yeah, live weather, please. So there we go. That should be 1026. That's now changing. Fantastic. 1026. 3 times. Let's have a look. No, not quite. 26. Set 3 times now. Parking brake is set, and we have the engine start levels cut off. Right. So let's do the before start items. I'm going to put all the fuel pumps on. Yaw damper on. That's all on. That's good. That's good. That's good. Clear for hydraulics. That is all right. That looks good. Anti-collision light. And transponder will go. Transponder on. Cool. And let's read the before start checklist. Fuel is 7.2 tons pumps on. MCP, or passenger signs, first of all, are on. We have the MCP V1.03 heading 176, altitude 4,000. I'm going to put El Navinav here. CDU, okay, V1 140, VR 141, V2 149, CD pre-flight completed, rudder aileron trim 3 and 0, and taxi takeoff briefing completed. Below the line, we have flight deck door closed and locked. All other doors are closed as well, and the anti-collision light is on, and that's the before start checklist completed. Which means we'll call in for pushback.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
Hey MAN, how are you?
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
Let's just wait for the jingle to end.
Drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served.
Hey, Holger, Manwein. Yeah, that's true.
Captain Black Box.
That is true.
Another
Dominic.
month of fantastic flight sim edutainment has passed. Time for a big thank you and to renew my promise. You stream and I subscribe. BB711 beloved.
MAN, I love that that last sentence always. Thank you so much for keeping your promise. MAN, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you so much. And Dominic, I agree. The EFB here is terrible. But hey, what can you do? Frankfurt, Ground Gude, the TUI-Jet 71 Bravo, stand Charlie 8 requesting pushback. Oh, 1218. Did he say 12? No, he said 121805. No. Test. Here, there we go. Just a test. I'm just testing. I'm just testing if...
908 Charlie Echo, proceed to the ramp via taxiway Foxtrot monitor ground on 121.5.
Proceeding to the ramp via Foxtrot, monitoring ground on 121.5, Cessna 908 Charlie Echo.
Lufthansa 630, pushback approved. Face south.
Lufthansa 630, request taxi.
I'm wondering, guys, is the stream running well? Because, well, it's saying sending data, so it should be okay. Frankfurt Ground, hello, TUI-Jet 71 Bravo, stand Charlie 8 requesting pushback.
TUI-Jet 71 Bravo, pushback approved, face southeast.
Push approved, facing southeast, TUI-Jet 71 Bravo.
Release parking brakes, please.
Released, ready for push. How was Leistad? Nice. I talked a little bit on the beginning of the stream, but I'm happy to talk a little bit more later. Once we get airborne. And there we go, pushing back.
Die Kabine ist bereit für den Abflug, Kapitän Blackbox.
Ah, okay, so yeah, that's what I was wondering, Axel. So now it says streaming again. Yeah, I hope it stabilizes a bit. Thanks for the feedback. So we're going to turn off the packs here, and then we'll start the left engine. So I'm going to wait until the motoring disappears. Kapitein. Wait, hang on. Where's the click spot for the... Huh? Well, I can't... Why can't I open the... What? Huh? That's weird. Right, motoring has gone, so let's switch that to idle. A new safety regulation, close every window. But they should be open. That's strange. Nice. Love the sounds here, really cool. All right, engine, or right engine start. Oh, Max, I have to check. Where do we have that system page? Let me have a look.
Please set parking brakes.
No, that's so. Actually, let me put that to open then. That's a good point. Yeah, thanks for the heads up there. Fantastic.
Cherokee Tree 15 X-ray Papa, proceed to holding point Alpha 2 via taxiway Bravo.
Engine start.
Proceeding to holding point Alpha 2 via Bravo Cherokee Tree 15 X-ray Papa.
So we'll have him disconnect. Thank you.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So let's go flaps 5. Then we put the generators on bus. Propede is an auto, remains an auto here on the max. Engine ITI is not required. I'm going to put the APU bleed off. Then left pack on. Isolation valve to auto. Right pack auto. That is an auto ready. Start switch is continuous. APU off. Going to do a recall check. Fantastic. And then we're going to check the flight controls. Yeah, because just now that I'm using my Brunner yoke, Moza has also just announced today that they're bringing out a force feedback yoke. And I'll talk about the WinWing force feedback stuff during the flight. I'll show you some pictures. So before taxi, generators on, propede on. We have the anti-ice off, isolation valve is in auto position. Engine start switches, continuous recall was checked. Auto brake is in RTO. We have start levels idle, and we have flight controls checked. Ground equipment is clear, and that's the before taxi check is complete. Toyjet 71 Bravo, request taxi. Right, be ready for quick.
J71 Bravo, taxi to runway 18 via November 3, November 6.
November 3, November, holding point 18, Toyjet 71 Bravo. Well, that's easy enough. That is easy enough. Left side clear, right side clear, let's go. So one big announcement that Sayintention did was that they are planning to implement, obviously, interaction with real-world traffic, I think it was. And also a multiplayer option. So when you fly multiplayer here on Microsoft, you can actually then hear your buddies. So, you know, the clearances they get, they can hear the clearances that you get. So that's actually quite neat, actually, I think. Oh, Moza is already released? Ah, okay, didn't know that. But they are quite expensive, right? I mean...
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar, runway 27 line up and wait traffic on final.
Oh, here, there we go. You see that movement?
Runway 27 line up and
yeah,
wait.
That's pretty cool.
Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
Like that.
Austrian 34 Charlie, push and start approved, face east.
Start and push approved, face east, Austrian 34 Charlie.
Yeah, I think Gilend, because right now we're so far away from the takeoff point, it assumes that if we take off now, we'll reach the 800 feet there. So I'm hoping that once we reach the threshold here of the 1.8, it'll recalculate the 800 foot point to about here. do it. How much? No. Yeah, someone said that. Somebody said as well that YouTube may have some issues from time to time. So I don't know what's going on there. Chase planes technical conditions. Well, honestly, right now I've not really noticed many bugs. I've not noticed many bugs yet. So from that technical standpoint, it's actually quite nice. So let's have a look. We're gonna do the before takeoff checklist. We got flaps 5, green light, stabilizer trim is 5.4 units. Before takeoff checklist complete. Yeah, Yoda, we're gonna have a look. I think what I'll do, a bit faster, 34 knots. Yeah, I don't know why. The only explanation I've had is that we were so far away from the threshold that it's miscalculating that that 800 foot point there. Can you ask the entourage crew to give weather information? I have to check. I'm going to read up on the entourage feature. I have not come across that yet. Yes, Alpha. I'm using Chase plane. Yeah, FM. So here it is. Oh. That's what happens when you spend too much time in the outside view. Right. You guys. Right. So. Oh, hang on. What did I do now? Hold on. Yeah, exactly. Hilo. Hilo, Shalom, how are you? Nice to see you. Right. Cool. So the weird thing is, if I call in now and say I'm ready for departure, the ground controller will tell me
Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
I'm on the wrong frequency.
Holding point Bravo 1 via taxiway. Alpha caution, wake turbulence.
So I'm going to wait until right at the threshold.
Bravo 1 via Alpha caution, wake turbulence, King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
And then hope that why is it still saying standby? Okay, that's weird. Hang on. Ah, okay. Transponder on. Okay, that one. Cool.
Jet 71 Bravo. Contact tower on 136.5. Auf Wiedersehen.
136.5. Just the Twijet 71 Bravo. So now look at that. I put that again up top, and now it's correct. So not too bad. 136.5. Yeah, I was hoping it would reset itself as we approach the threshold, but it didn't. So departure frequency is 118.505, I think, right? No worries, no worries. Frankfurt Tower, Gude V, Twijet 71 Bravo, holding short, ready for departure.
Twijet 71 Bravo, Frankfurt Tower, runway 18, wind 065 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 18 cleared for takeoff. TUIjet 71 Bravo. So strobes on. Cabin crew prepare for departure. Landing lights on. Approach sectors clear. We are going to... Well, lapse time starts automatically. Yoke cam. Yes. Rolling takeoff. A little bit wind from the left. Let's try that again. There we go, takeoff. N1 Toga. $80 knots. V1, rotate, a little bit of aileron inputs. Pause the rate, gear up. Enough speed. I'm wondering, shouldn't that be
TUIjet 71 Bravo, contact departure on 118.505.
118.505, TUIjet 71 Bravo, jump. Flaps 1. And flaps 1.
Rooney 824 Foxtrot Delta.
Langen, hallo, die Luft... die TUIjet 71 Bravo, passing 3,000, climbing 4,000. Enough out. Flaps up.
TUIjet 71 Bravo. Frankfurt departure identified. Cleared, direct, DF 159er. Climb, flight, level 210.
Direct to Delta Fox 159er, climbing level 210. TUIjet 71 Bravo. It would probably help if I had the autopilot on. 210. Here we go. Isn't it weird? N1, LNAV, MCP speed. If I go VNAV, yeah, now it's got VNAV speed. Strange. So direct Delta Fox 159er is a useless call. I mean, you could just say climb ladder sit level 210. That's probably would have been a better call. But up to now, I can't complain. I mean, it's you know, for someone who's new to the game and wants to learn more about ATC comms, I mean, why not? All right, standard is set. That goes off. So auto brake off, and let's do a checklist. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on. We have the PAX auto, landing gear up and off, and flaps up, no lights. Those can go here as well. Those can go off. Fantastic, cool. That's the after takeoff checklist complete. So let's do some cinematics. Oh yes, nice. The game? How dare you? Sorry. Did I say game? Oh, I didn't mean game, of course. No.
TUIjet 71 Bravo, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, TUIjet 71 Bravo. 250. So the add-on. So if you're asking regarding the add-on, if you really like the the max, and then this is a good deal for sure. I mean, this is definitely, you know, quality-wise up with PMDG. So I just want to adjust that viewpoint here, because I have a feeling I'm sitting too far to the right, correct? I mean, yeah.
Wir haben jetzt die
Oh.
sichere Flughöhe erreicht. Ich freue mich, Ihnen mitteilen zu können, dass die Nutzung elektronischer Geräte nun erlaubt ist. Sie können also gerne Ihre Laptops, Tablets und Smartphones.
I think that's better, isn't it? Yeah.
Vergessen Sie nicht, dass unser WLAN-Service jetzt ebenfalls verfügbar ist. Vielen Dank, dass Sie mit iFly fliegen. Genießen Sie den Rest des Fluges.
Right, so he didn't wait until I released the cabin officially. Now I've released it.
FedEx 1296 cleared visual approach runway tree 6 right, maintain 170.
Cleared visual runway tree 6 right, maintaining 170 FedEx 1296.
So this is quite funny. So listen to this.
Kapitän Blackbox, wir haben ein Problem an Bord. Ein Passagier hat eine schwere allergische Reaktion. Es scheint, dass er auf Nüsse reagiert hat, die in einem Snack enthalten waren, den wir gerade verteilt haben. Wir benötigen sofortige medizinische Unterstützung und ich werde die Situation im Auge behalten.
so in case for the non-German speakers, so the person said they have a little crisis. So one passenger had an allergic reaction because he was eating some nuts.
2J71 Bravo, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320 to jet 71 Bravo. Oh, come on, what's happening? Where's my viewpoint here? There we are. To jet 71 Bravo, confirm cleared flight level. So I'm going to try out a few things here.
2J71 Bravo, negative. Confirm you have the correct waypoint. Your next waypoint is AM6.
Yeah, we have that. No, request, just confirm our cleared flight level. To jet 71 Bravo. Frankfurt from jet 71 Bravo, how do you read?
Jet 71 Bravo, read back correct.
That's a good one. jet 71 Bravo, confirm cleared climb level 320. That's a good one. Oh no. Yeah, so it doesn't understand my request regarding you know, the cleared level.
2J71 Bravo, climb flight level 370.
Okay, climb flight level 370 to jet 71 Bravo. So apparently you could do other things with Sayintentions. So let's have a look here. Let's look at airports. And Frankfurt radar from jet 71 Bravo. Did you enjoy the full moon yesterday?
Jet 71 Bravo, contact Langenradar on 127.5.
He's had enough of me. 127.5 Twidget71 Bravo. He says now he wants to talk about moon. You know, just go away. Talk to someone else. Langen Radar, good afternoon. Twidget71 Bravo. Passing 230, climbing flight level 370. Exactly. So I'm not.
71 Bravo, Langen Radar identified. Hello.
It does take a few seconds for them to reply. I mean, it has gotten better, but you know, for my liking, the responses could be a bit faster. But I think Beyond ATC has the same issue sometimes. Just takes a while to respond. Yeah, exactly. You know. Is it Beyond ATC faster? Okay. Langen Radar, Twidget71 Bravo request. Way faster, okay.
Twidget71 Bravo, Langen Radar, go ahead with your request.
Twidget71 Bravo, what's the nearest airport we can land on?
Twidget71 Bravo. The nearest airport is Waldürn Airport, 8 miles southeast, with a runway length of 2690 feet. Would you like to divert there?
That's pretty good. Twidget71 Bravo, negative. We were just curious. Thank you.
Twidget71 Bravo, you're welcome.
That's pretty neat. That's not bad. Mr. Mango, so you've had you never had it that slow? Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's my internet. I don't know. Could be my internet connection. Let's do some cinematics. So one thing I'm curious is if the dialects change as we fly through different countries. So this will be interesting in a few minutes. You like the livery? Yeah, I like the livery as well. Yeah. So it's the old Hapag-Lloyd, right? Transitioning to Tweed. Yeah. The moonrise was red yesterday. Yeah, that's why that's what I wanted to ask. Because apparently you can ask these kind of questions. Yeah, Mango Sir, yeah, I understand, yeah. All right. So we get clear to level 370. Now there was some questions, and I think some of you didn't join right at the start of the stream. So yeah, I've been to the FS Weekend show in Lelystad and in the Netherlands, and had a great time. And I met
November 9537 Foxtrot, climb and maintain 1000.
Some lovely people there.
1000, November 9537 Foxtrot.
So, you know, good friends from the community.
Swiss 278, descend and maintain flight level 270.
And
Descend flight level 270.
there was also, you know, some interesting new hardware demonstrations. But overall, there weren't really any big announcements. So, you know, like new announcements. The only thing I think worth mentioning was the WinWing announcement of their Taurus hardware add-ons, and I'll give you some pictures. do that, and then we'll do airplane. Yeah, there we go. So, so they did install something kind of preliminary. My God, preliminary stuff here for the pedestal, and where's my highlighter? There we are. So interesting was to see a new throttle set. So throttles with the start switches. Now we've seen this from Thrustmaster, right? But the Thrustmaster TCA are a lot smaller. Delta, I use the MFG Crosswinds version 2. Hey, Edgy. Preliminary, yeah. Don't get me started. Preliminary. So now I got it. So, but more interestingly, they've now also got panels for the flap lever with the correct kind of flap that you have to lift to move that. The speed brake lever, obviously. And then, interestingly, they now going to bring out the 737 flight control unit, and the pricing is I think it's around 150, if not, yeah, about 150 euros. And you can see that just like on the A320 setup. If you want, you can have the EFIS panel as well. But this is really the thing that that caught everyone's attention. So, Coach, can you compare the performance of iFly to other aircraft? So, FPS performance, I would say the same. Honestly, I don't see any bigger changes or differences. The only thing I've noticed is today with the new NVIDIA driver. Yeah, I still have issues getting VSync to work, and I don't know. It seems to me today FrameGen isn't working that well, and I'm pretty sure I have that on. Unless, hang on, let me just check something real quickly. Yeah, frame generation is on.
632 Alpha Bravo Squawk 5260 ident. Squawking 5260 and ident Bonanza 632 Alpha Bravo.
Nico, good question. I've not checked that. No, if they have stopped gates there. Yeah. So so this is obviously a Boeing yoke, right? Force feedback, and the rattle pedals that you see there, they actually fit in exactly below that mechanism there. And these rails here, I'm pretty sure those are Monster Tech rails. So Monster Tech being a company here in Germany and in the US that builds specifically for these hardware add-ons. Now, so again, force feedback, right? And the same goes for these stick setups. So they call that Cyber Taurus. Now, I had a talk with one of the agents there from Winwing, and I asked him how heavy they were, because I could see the Monster Tech here really struggling to hold on to those bolts there. You can see that how it kind of bends down already, right? And he said 20 kilograms. And I'm like, boah, 20 kilograms. And it's just my take. So apparently, depending on what system you have, you can have up to, 100 something Newton meters? That is a lot. So, I mean, I don't know. It will probably break the desk at some point, right? So the question really is, how do you actually fit those things on your desk?
371 Bravo, contact Munich radar on 136.525.
136.525, Tweetjet 7 1 Bravo. Thank you. Bye-bye. München, Servus, Toyjet 71 Bravo. Reaching, maintaining level 370. FMC speed.
371 Bravo, Munich radar identified. Good evening.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. You will need a metal frame. I agree. So, I mean, but the thing is, though, I mean, I have a Monster Tech flight rig. So I have actually lots of options to mount peripherals. However, I'm not going to lie. I am not sure how I would mount this. And that's the one question. The next question is, so let's say I want to change that. So get this off my desk and put a yoke there. Right? Imagine 20 kilograms. My back, my old back, isn't strong enough for that kind of leverage. Honestly, it will break my back for sure. Because right now I'm using the Mosa force feedback, and that thing weighs 8 kilograms, 9 maybe with the stick on top of that. But you know, and even that, getting that on and off the seat is just, that's already so much work. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know who potentially will buy this, but I think there's better options. I mean, price-wise, it's in the region of 650 to 700 euros, I think, round about that range again as well, right? You better off just find the real thing. Yeah, probably.
United 487, turn right, heading 270.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Turn right to 270, United 487.
It's interesting. Now, in general, though,
575, Munich, good afternoon.
Well, that was a bad picture of myself. But this guy here, he's quite cool because he prints. So he's building everything from. He's printing everything 3D. So quality-wise, also good, but very flexible. Like he could do Garmin 3000, Garmin 1000 displays, MCDUs. So he has a huge array of stuff there, and prints that. Here, look at that super Constellation. Absolutely crazy. What a gorgeous aircraft. Love to fly that. I think it's DC-6, right? KLM DC-6, I think that was. Yeah, of course, 747. I think that was a 747-300. Very impressive, and you can walk around there. That's the engine of a starfighter. Also very nice. Oh yeah, and then okay, so now let me get to the panel discussions, right? So this was the discussion on Sunday that I followed. So we have, that's the moderator, Calum from FS Elite. Then we have, I don't know his name, but he's from Fly by Wire. He's from Papa Hotel Sceneries. He's Brian from Sayintentions. And that's Matthias Koch from PMG. So they had a very nice discussion. And on FS Elite, you can actually get the video from Sunday's panel discussions or demonstrations there. And somewhere, it's about 5 hours long, but somewhere in there you have that discussion there. And that was really interesting because I've noted down some key points from what Matthias was saying. So one of the things he said, and I like the way he openly talked about these things. So he was saying, so one of his comments was, asked, you know, what they all hope for you know, next year. So in 1 year's time, you know, what new things would have come out maybe, or what would have improved. And then Matthias said, I think we can hope that a certain flight sim will work better than it does at the moment. And that got a huge round of applause because everyone knew what he was talking about, right? So yeah, like everybody agreed on that. Then another interesting thing he said, you know, when it comes to flight simulation development right now, he said that some add-on makers are obviously being limited in what they can program if they want to have their products being sold on the marketplace, so Xbox marketplace, right? So it's a financial it's a financial discussion, and he said that obviously, even though the Xbox is not bad as a hardware setup, however, it's not as strong as a proper PC, right? With 4090 or 5090, or even a 3060 or 3070 Ti or something. So he said, yeah, that's the limiting issue right now. So even if they wish to put in more things in let's say the 777 or the 747, whatever, they can't really, because it's limited. Yeah, in due to the Xbox lineup, right?
November 672 Bravo Charlie, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climbing to 10,000, November 672 Bravo Charlie.
Now he also said that
Victor Hotel Delta, Romeo Delta, Munich radar identified.
The question also is, though, looking at the average flight simmer, how much more user experience
contact Innsbruck radar 128.975.
certain customers would get from a higher detailed add-on.
Innsbruck radar on 128.
So doubting that not many, or how many people would be able to use why is that? I have a feeling that. Yeah, there you go. So how many people will actually be able to use those those higher fidelity aircraft? Hey Bruno. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, you can save the gym costs and then just use those force feedback add-ons. Yeah, I mean they're great. I mean, like over 100 Newton meters. I mean, who can pull that? Right. Yeah. So another thing he said, that he's seeing too much discussion going on about the tools, as he says, like tools in the sense of scenery, aircraft, or some of the add-ons, right? So he's saying that customers should focus a little bit more on enjoying their product, right, in general, right, and not get hung up on too much detail, which is a point you can accept that. Although I know that for those of us that are a little more experienced when it comes to flight sims, obviously do want more accurate add-ons and more fidelity. Hey Fishy, what do you mean I'm on a flight? No, I'm not an instructor yet. So I'm gonna wait until retire first of all. I am going to try to get my PPL, maybe May or June, depending on time I have and the weather. So I try to get my PPL license back, and then fly some GA aircraft again, IRL. No, so Bruno, I avoided those booths, and I have to say the Aerosoft stand was pretty kind of left alone there, so deserted. Yeah, valid. Valid. That's a discussion that's difficult to do and take on, because I think somewhere I read that 50% of all Microsoft users are actually Xbox users. Right? So I'm not sure how accurate that kind of quote is, but imagine if that was true, if half of all the users are actually just using Xbox with Xbox controllers. That's already a lot of people, right? And then you have a huge amount of users that are very basic flight simmers, right? And so we've said that many times. So us as very seasoned and experienced flight simmers, we are just the tip of the iceberg, right? We are definitely the underdogs, right? Even though we are maybe the most loyal, you know, over time, we I don't know how much of a standing we have in that regard, right? I have not tried a force feedback wheel. No, I don't do racing sims just yet. So, but I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, no. So if you don't fly GA aircraft specifically, so single engine piston, let's say, and get some flight hours there and do a check ride every 2 years, no, your PPL license freezes. So you have to reactivate your PPL license, which is a good thing. Because I've said it as well here, this is my honest opinion, if you fly GA aircraft, even though you may see it just as a hobby, you have to take that kind of aviation just as seriously as flying an airliner. Right? You just can't take it too lightly because that will kill you. Right? So, you know, I've always said, if I do GA flying, I have to do that regularly, and I have to have the time to pursue that, you know, regularly. So, and with the same professionalism. And I've decided that I don't want to do that while I'm flying airliners. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you just become, you know, complacent in general aviation, yeah, you know, it'll kill you for sure. So for example, skip outside checks, don't do load sheets, right? So don't do load control in your, you know, just throw in your luggage in the back, take 4 people on board. You know, at you know, summertime, 30-degree plus, don't care about performance, you know, right? Just floor it and hope for the best. Again, these kind of complacencies, they get you killed instantly. Exactly, Nico. Just look at how many GA crashes at the moment happen, right? So I can only appeal to anyone that's in the general aviation area or wants to do that. You've got to take that seriously. It's no joke.
Tweejet 71 Bravo, Munich radar, contact Vienna info on 134.625.
134.625. Tweejet 71 Bravo, bye-bye. Vienna info? What? Vienna, Servus, Tweejet 71 Bravo, flight level 370.
Tweejet 71 Bravo, Vienna info, identified. Good evening.
Good evening. The PPL is just a VFR license, right? Well, no. So let's put it this way. What does a PPL stand for? PPL means Private Pilot License. What does it mean? It means you are allowed to fly planes, light planes, up to a certain weight limit. I think it's 5-point-something tons. And you are not allowed to take money when you fly the people around. So you can ask people that fly with you, 5.7 tons. So it means you can ask people to help you out with the fuel costs, but you cannot do, like, you know, you fly people to an island and officially take money for that. You can't do that with a PPL. That's not allowed.
I cancel my request.
Right. So then you have an SEP, meaning a single engine piston license, a rating, so let's call it a rating, or you have an MPL, multi-piston license. So again, that license, so PPL license, limits your ability of what you can fly. Or MEP, sorry, yeah, like I'm not used to those new definitions. So MEP, multi-engine piston, I guess it's called. Exactly. And on top of that, if you want, You can do an instrument rating. Bob, hey, how are you doing? Am I a real pilot? No. What makes you think that? Yeah, so yeah, there's some key differences in that. Edgy says you got some flight sim friends that never flew in real life, but then after flying flight sims, they flew an ultralight, and just after 5 hours, they were able to solo. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, it's a very, very difficult discussion to lead. It usually gets very emotional, you know, for us that want high fidelity aircraft. And I think as long as we have companies like Phoenix, FS Labs, PMDG that still try to make add-ons, high fidelity add-ons, then you know, at least you can choose, right? I think what people get upset with if we see things like the Indybuild's A350 that claims to be, you know, state of the art, extremely high fidelity, system depth and so on, you know, at a price much higher than the Phoenix, and then not really delivering on that promise, right? So not saying it's a bad add-on, but
ladies and gentlemen,
you know, if you look deeply into the system depth of the A350,
experience, new subscribers
then you know, it does not reach the level of the Phoenix.
Thank you.
Hope you're doing well.
I am.
Got
How are you?
my class date for an airline coming up in the next few months.
All the best wishes for that. Thank you so much for the 9 months, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, so of course, you know, there will be people that are happy with paying that price, and they're happy with what the A350 offers. But I think a lot of seasoned flight simmers were hoping for more, or realized that, hey, there are some things here that just do not add up, right? The pressurization schedule isn't correct, or even apparently some A320 settings or kind of, you know, power settings or whatever have shown up. A300 things have shown up somewhere in the FMS.
Traffic alert, climb immediately to flight level 340.
Whatever, right? So that gets people upset, and I think because at the beginning we were talking about Amir's comment, and the notion that I got is that Amir was just a little upset about the fact that yeah, that you know, these add-ons being released at a price and then at a state that is just not up to, you know, other levels of some good flight sims, but over-promising in certain areas, and then you have to wonder what kind of signal that sends to other developers, right? Because apparently, if you listen to Amir, who says that if he wants to make an A350, he's got to invest over $1 million.
Bravo, Vienna info, contact Milan, radar on 118.675.
118.675, Twidget 71 Bravo. I think that's what he said in his remark there, right? He quoted something $1 or $2 million to make a A350 in the same quality level as the Phoenix, right? So if you do that, you have to make sure that you get the revenue from that afterwards, right? Because otherwise, you know, you have one chance and that's it. You go bankrupt, right? So I think there's a fear out there where, you know, people saying, well, if you produce a product which isn't bad but is not as high quality as other add-ons we have, then you can make more revenue that way, right? You know, why then spend over $1 million to produce a new add-on if you can do the same at lower prices, maybe half the price, and then even sell it at higher prices, right? Milano, buonasera from Twitch 71 Bravo, flight level 370.
Twitch 71 Bravo, Milan radar identified. Good evening.
Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't have the dialects really from the region here. I was hoping for more in that regard. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, hopefully. But you know, I don't know. I'm not sure if, you know. So Mark, here's my thought on that. Right now, we don't really have much of an aircraft lineup, do we? This is the Toyjet. Let me just go. Oh wow, that's concerning. If it vibrates like that. Yeah, hang on. But you can dial that down, I'm pretty sure. Hang on. I am pretty sure. I don't know how to set that just now, but I'll get around to that. So let's do a flyby here. Or we do... Oh, that's nice. Hang on. Like the contrast, it look nice. This is Marcus of 2020. So the iFly is not yet released in 2024. Where was my
November 321 Charlie Zulu, descend and maintain 9,000.
Descending to 9,000 November.
Oh really, Fishy? That's nice. That's good to hear. Good to hear that. Some lovely memories from that. Yeah, so Mark, again, you know, I think now we get a longer period of time. Yeah, that's Chase Plane, MAN, exactly. Yeah, so I have, I'm in the club, if you like, because I've bought so many things from them. Yeah, you can do lots of stuff. So here, for example, preferences, camera movements. Let's have a look. Camera actions. Quick looks. Adjust chase plane features. Oh yeah, they even have the binoculars toggle. I have to set another button for that. Application. Although I don't see anything regarding the speed. I know what you mean. Like you mean like so when you change views, how fast it changes. It's kind of the lag. Yeah, I have not seen that yet, honestly. Is there a problem when you press the Y key? Well, I mean, Caspian, you should only really do that when you're stationary, right? I mean, maybe not during flight. So the slew, that's a slew button. So you could slew the aircraft around. Yeah, so again, coming back to the question or the thought, you know, that people will learn from, you know, from being overhyped or following a certain hype and then being disappointed because the aircraft has big issues or doesn't live up to the promises. Yeah, now that we have a time delay until the next bigger update or next bigger release, I think we're prone again to being, you know, hyped. You know, if there's a good add-on, like, you know, maybe the 747 or I don't know, whatever aircraft you know, is being planned at the moment, right? And you know, today you can make some fancy videos, and you know, I don't know. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, like I said, the best thing really is don't buy first day. Just wait, 1 or 2 weeks until you have some other people, test the product and fly the product, and then you look through the Discord forums or the dedicated forums, see what kind of issues people run into, and then just wait until the product becomes a little bit more stable, and then you have a better chance to make up your own mind. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So the hype around Microsoft 2024, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I'm glad I wasn't part of that, to be honest. So yeah, so I asked oh yeah, we were discussing the panel discussion at FS Weekend.
American 880 descend
and so Matthijs from PMDG, he made some good comments in my opinion. So as an example, I think it was also him that kind of quoted that. He said, imagine Xbox costing about 250 euros, opening up the flight sim hobby to so many more people now, because they don't have to buy a strong PC for thousands and thousands of euros or dollars, right? So these people can come in at a low price, enjoy a flight sim that has some visual appeals. Why is that shaking? I have to switch off the shaking there. Some visual appeals, and then some of them will be fascinated enough to maybe then go in and buy some hardware. They may go buy some airport add-ons, aircraft add-ons, or even get a PC, and just move up the ladder if you like, right? So, we shouldn't condemn Xbox per se, right? Because it will draw in more people that way to become more hardcore flight simmers, right? Oh yeah, and another thing I completely agree with him. He said one thing. These really highly detailed add-ons, the problem they create is the following, and I totally agree. He said that imagine if you make an add-on that has the same system depth and requires the same actions as the real aircraft, but you have the problem of being alone in the flight deck. So, these airliners, these complex airliners are flown by 2 pilots for a good reason, right? And that is to distribute the workload, to monitor each other, right? So the whole CRM and the whole multi-crew concept aspect means that you get a much better chance, right, of making a flight successful. So if you as a single pilot have to do VATSIM or ATC communication, you have to run the checklists, run the items, do the planning, etc., right? So he said, in his opinion, we should focus more, so developers should focus more on the more social aspect of having a multi-role or kind of a shared cockpit environment. And I totally agree, because if you've tried shared cockpit somewhere, shared cockpit that works, and you don't have much problems with disconnects and so on, right? It is so tremendously satisfying. Yeah, so we have that X-Plane now with shared flight. That is a really, really good add-on that you can do. Yeah, so someone else was quoting saying that, well, but maybe the AI can help, as being a virtual co-pilot. Now, we've already seen with FS2 Crew, a developer that does that. Hey Lars, hey, wie geht's dir, Lars? Grüße nach Dresden, schön dich zu sehen. Lovely to meet you in Lederstadt. And Lars, Donnerstag gibt's einen deutschen Livestream, if you're interested. And Nate also. Nate, greetings. You still in Amsterdam?
Cessna 723 Foxtrot Lima, remain at or below 5,000.
Oh, that's good. I'd love to hear that, Nate. Maybe on a shared flight sometime.
Below 5,000, Cessna 723 Foxtrot Lima.
Honda 36 Romeo Bravo.
Yeah, Max Crosswind. So
Good afternoon.
for me, shared flight fails if you have to spend a lot of time troubleshooting, right? So
radar on 131.29er. Honda 6 Romeo Bravo.
So you need a connection that's reliable and doesn't disconnect. Or if it does disconnect, you have a fast means of reconnecting. Yeah. So shared flight, in my opinion, is the only app right now in X-Plane that does that, right? With a certain amount of aircraft add-ons. So that was interesting. Again, and I agree with Matthijs on that, right? So he literally said, I would much rather prefer we teach our flight simmers to fly as a team. It is much more fun with regards to social aspect and realism. So this must be an area we as developers must spend more time on. And then he quoted an example with VATSIM. He said, or an ATC service. He said a lot of flight simmers were about to leave the flight sim market. However, because VATSIM then came along, people were much more drawn in again because of that new level of realism, right? Aviamar, well, if you go on shared flight, for example, that platform, there's always people there you can contact and ask for a shared flight. And my offer stands. Anybody that wants to do shared flight with me in X-Plane, let me know. Hit me up. We'll do a shared flight together. And it doesn't matter what kind of level you are. If you're a beginner, we can do shared flight. No problem at all. And Nate, you're going back to real life tomorrow. You're back teaching, or are you going back to the US tomorrow, Nate? Oh no, Lars. Sorry to hear that. Oh no. When did you get the news on that? That's very sad, Lars. Sorry to hear that. Farless, I was always wondered if there was ever a time in my life when I would have transitioned to real thing, but just doing as a hobbyist, I could think of no way to that sustainable. Flying passengers around, sightseeing to afford maintenance and fuel was not something I thought I'd enjoy. And using a private aircraft to fly to a vacation faster seemed vain to me, so I guess I'll have to be... Yeah, well, that's fine. I think that's not the... exactly, like Fisher says. I mean, if you're very happy with that, that's perfectly fine. And you have to realize that flying aircraft in real gives you also a very, very high level of satisfaction. Because in order to do that, you have to go through some intensive training, so theory and the practical part, and to then master things like Bruno says here as well, right? I'm not sure if it means that, but being able to master different weather situations, crosswind, wind situations, right? Doing the flight planning, and then you do a flight A to B and it turns out as you've planned, with a good landing in the end. It gives you a tremendous amount of satisfaction. I think something you can't really reach in flight simming, but hey, that's just my opinion, right? But I will agree that flight simming has reached a point that is very satisfying. Absolutely.
November 9537 Foxtrot.
The VNAV jump, I have to check that, Maya, on descent.
Eurowings 34 Delta, Romeo, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Eurowings 34 Delta, Romeo.
Is an airline pilot pay after every flight? No. So normally, it depends on your contract. But normally, here in Germany at least, you get paid once a month. And a lot of contracts are based around a certain minimum flight hour package. And then if you fly more than what your contract says, you get some overtime paid out. Then you have maybe some extra pay for expenses, depending on flight hours. There's so many different contracts out there. It's difficult to say, you know, which one prevails. But in general, you get paid once a month. Yeah, Lars. Yeah. So later, Lars, we're going to do the flight from. So we're going to do the flight from Gandakasee down to Leilstadt. I just bought the scenery today from Papa Hotel. Yeah. Yeah, so Farlis, I mean, you're obviously a very dedicated flight simmer. Yeah, so I totally get that. I understand that you get tremendous amount of satisfaction, and that is perfectly fine, right? Don't get anyone wrong here, and don't see it as, you know, people trying to convince you to go into, you know, flying for real, right? I don't know. Maybe the only thing really, I'm not sure if you've ever done a flight, you know, in a glider or in a you know, Cessna 172 or something like that. Yes. Well, hang on. So, well, I mean, that's a funny quote. I will admit that, right? But still, again, see it from a point that people will be using Microsoft Flight Sim on Xbox. You know, because otherwise they will never try Microsoft Flight Sim, because they're never going to buy a $3,000 PC to run Microsoft, you know, at good FPS, right? So again, Xbox is a platform that is made specifically for some people to start, you know, just start playing. And to me, Xbox really is just a flight sim game, right? But again, it will mean that it will draw in some people to stay and then buy, you know, airport add-ons, aircraft add-ons, hardware, and maybe then progress to a PC, right? Yeah, I agree, Lars. I totally agree. I have the PSM GTN 750 as well installed, right? Yeah, like Marty Morph, right? Yeah. Well, and Durbeck, thanks so much for the feedback. So yeah, Microsoft was the first ever flight sim he fell in love with. He fell in love with aviation, and he even has a PPL now. I mean, GG's.
Piper 623 Charlie Echo, say altitude.
Oh yeah, I mean, even the developers, they agreed. They agreed on the fact that no matter how good or strong a PC is, you know, a flight sim will always use all of that performance. So the moment that a more powerful average PC system is on the market, add-on makers will try to utilize that new kind of headroom. Right, so unless we have some fancy things like frame generation, DLSS3 or something, right, with, you know, being able to create some artificial frames on top of the normal frames from the sim, to make you artificial, you know, high FPS, to, you know, costing you know, the latency, but still, I mean, you know, again, flight sim will always be extremely demanding on the PC, right? There will never be a time, I don't think there will ever be a time, when the native FPS of a flight sim will reach 100 FPS with these detailed, you know, sceneries and detailed add-ons. Hey Nige, how are you doing? Yeah. Let's see, did he say anything else that I found interesting? Oh yeah, he said also, I agree with that as well. He said flight simmers need to have the occasional positive learning experience. So he quoted, for example, the first time that you fly an ILS approach at minimum weather, right? And then you see just a tad prior to minimums, you see the approach lights, right? And you land successfully, right? That's just a tremendous feeling. The first time you do that, you know, or the first flight to do with VATSIM, right? And so on, right? So he did say, you know, the flight simmers need that kind of experience, right, over and over, and that's maybe a bit difficult sometimes to achieve over time. Hey, AC. Another question that was discussed was, you know, does the community focus on the wrong details? And it was Matthews again that says a lot of developers do not realize what kind of expectations customers have. He went on to name as an example. He said, for example, you know, absolute realism doesn't go down well with customers from time to time. So let's say sounds, right? So here as well, we have a discussion sometimes where people are saying, oh, you can't hear the engines in the flight deck. Well, guess what? In the real aircraft, you can't either. In many aircraft, you don't hear the engines in the flight deck unless you're doing takeoff. You know, maybe then you hear a faint sound in the flight deck, or the seatbelt signs, or you know. So, but still, he said that if customers really want that, if customers feel they need that to get themselves immersed more, well, then developers should listen, right? And then, the developer from the fly-by-wire team, he said that maybe you can do both, and then let the customer decide, right, in the install menu, if they want realism or if they want, you know, to hear sounds on the flight deck, right?
Southwest 142, turn left, heading 190. Turning left to 190, Southwest 142.
Yeah, but Bruno, I mean, in the A320, you can hear the engines more likely in the flight deck, right? Especially CFMs, right? Or A319, whatever. But
1473, Roger, readability 5.
But I mean, still, there's some other aircraft where you will not hear the engines on the flight deck, and people still demand that, right?
3J71 Bravo, Milan radar, expect the ALX-1 Alpha arrival.
Yeah, so give the, I would agree to say that give the choice to the consumer, yeah, right. Yeah, and then again, like the last comment, the last question was, you know, what you guys would like to see, you know, in 1 year's time from now, or, you know, what should work better. And then he said, we can only hope that a certain flight sim will work better than it does at the moment. That had me laugh. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, but again, you know, the FS Weekend show then was mostly around hardware, really. So, oh, really? Tweetjet 71 Bravo, say again. Thank you, ProSource. How are you doing? Yeah, that's the 737 from the iFly, yeah, the Max with the latest update.
2J71 Bravo, Milan radar. Expect the LX-1 Alpha arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
Okay, Tweetjet 71 Bravo. Can you spell the arrival, please? See if that works with him.
To J71 Bravo, expect the LX-1 Alpha arrival.
Okay, the ALAX-1 Alpha arrival expected. Copied Tweetjet 71 Bravo. I call you when ready for descent. Now that's not what I filed, but that's interesting.
DJ71 Bravo cleared ALAX 1 Alpha arrival into Naples.
Yeah, clear the Alex 1 Alpha arrival into Naples to Jet 71 Bravo. I'm wondering, does he have a different different arrival runway? He must have, right? Let me dial in the... Let's do some flying, guys. I'm talking too much again. Let's do some flying. Terminal charts. So let's edit the clip here. Let's do the arrival. Alaxa 1 Bravo. Alaxi 1 Bravo. And then the approach. Actually, let's do that first. Yes, so... yeah, that's runway 24. I'm pretty sure with that wind, didn't they have easterly winds? Doesn't make sense. 35975. Does not make sense.
Spirit 117, cross miler at flight level 310. Crossing miler at flight level 310, Spirit 117.
20 Zulu. Wind 055 at 10.
Yeah.
Over to forward. Ariana took under 163041.
QNH 1026.
2EJ71 Bravo, contact Brindisi Military Center on 121.075.
121.075. Thank you. Bye bye. Twitch at 7 on Bravo. Does make sense, really. I mean, it's really strong wind from the east. So, Brindisi, good evening. Twitch at 7 Bravo, flight level 370.
J71 Bravo, Brindisi military identified. Ciao.
Ciao. Twitch at 7 Bravo, request.
J71 Bravo, request acknowledged. Continue on current heading and altitude.
Did what? Hang on. Twitch at 7 Bravo, request runway 06 in Naples. Oh. No, this is Sayintentions.
J71 Bravo, runway 06 is currently closed due to work in progress. Continue with the ILS approach to runway 24.
Huh? Excuse me? Like, what? What do you mean, work in progress? Huh? Did he get that from NOTAMs or something, or what's going on? Help! Yeah, but I'm looking through NOTAMs. I don't see anything regarding... let me see. Where can I get real world ATIS? Hold on. That is so weird. I'm just checking the NOTAMs here. So Napoli NOTAMs. Ponza VOR INOP. Airdrome beacon US. Obstacle lighting. All stop bars. There's nothing that it doesn't say that 06 is closed. Twitch at 7 Bravo, request descent. Now it's getting interesting, I agree.
J71 Bravo, runway 06 is closed due to work in progress. Continue with the ILS approach to runway 24.
I know. Yeah, and Twitch at 7 Bravo, request descent.
J71 Bravo, descent flight level 240.
Descent flight level 240, Twitch at 7 Bravo. Get some speed brakes out here. Yeah, easy. I thought so too, right? I mean, with that wind.
10 Bravo Mike cleared to climb 10,000 resume on navigation.
Right, let me just have a look here. So,
navigation Mooney 10 Bravo Mike.
So that is via Bento. So let's have a look. So Erica. Well, again, we planned 2Jet71 Bravo request. Why is it climbing? Crying out loud. What are you doing? Silly thing, right. I don't... somehow that just doesn't seem right to me. Yeah, why is it climbing? Jet71 Bravo request.
J71 Bravo, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet to Jet71 Bravo and request direct Alaxi.
J71 Bravo, direct to Alaxi approved.
Thank you, direct Alaxi, Jet71 Bravo. I mean, that way we can get onto the arrival routing, and then the descent calculations make more sense. So 60 miles.
J71 Bravo, roger.
So that's 60 miles, 18,000 feet. And Alaxi was supposed to be... we've got to be at least 130. So also a bit unusual that he cleared us already down to 7,000 feet. Should not be. Yeah, I think we have to tell them that's wrong. It should not climb to capture the VNAV path again. What it should do is go to about 1,000 feet of descent, to then slowly recapture. Yeah, Avimar, I agree. It's way too early to descend 7,000. I mean, we do have some high terrain below us, so yeah, we got to be careful. So we'll leave 7,000 in there, but Alaxi, I'm going to put, let me put that at 150 above. Just so that we can calculate here. So 150 above there. Now let's try VNAV again, see if it climbs again. No, that does not make sense. That is nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. If anything, it should do about 1,000 feet per minute rate of descent. Descend to the cleared altitude or the entered altitude there. And otherwise it will capture that at some point anyways, but yeah, that's wrong. So vertical speed again. Cool. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that with vertical speed and try to recapture our vertical path here.
Southwest 280, continue climb to flight level 290. Continuing climb to flight level 290.
Yeah, we are on descent.
280.
All right, let's continue here with the preparations. Also, I'm wondering how ATC here will give us the arrival routing, because that arrival routing is a bit crazy. Right, I mean that takes you all the way around because of the terrain. In real life, there is potential for shortcuts, but I'm not sure if that is on the cards today. Transition 090. Let's have a look. And Let's have a look at the meta right now. So we got 060 at 10. So we definitely got tailwind for 24. With a steeper slope, that's going to be fun. 7 degrees, 1026. So I'll pre-dial that. 1026. Cool. All right. So there we go. Then we got the chart. Let's edit. Let's go approach here. Let's do the ILS Zulu 24. So we have a minimum out of a bento, and we have a minimum of. We should be able to do 5%. So we'll do. Let's do landing. 24 dry. The wind 060 at
71 Bravo. Contact Rome radar on 134.78.
13478. Bye bye to jet 71 Bravo. Alright, Buonasera from Twitch 71 Bravo 273 descending 7000.
J71 Bravo, Rome radar identified. Good evening.
So now we're going to flap 40 because of that steeper approach and the tailwind. We'll do anti-ice off brakes 3. Calculate. So we have. Oh, actually, show en route. Disregard. Show en route. We'll have all operative. That is all working. Complete. Landing weight is currently 65. So required 2,200, and we have available 2,600. So that should be okay. Let's have a look here at Napoli. Come on.
Bonanza 632 Alpha Bravo Squawk 5260.
Yeah, 2,400 I have. But that's all right. So we'll leave that at order break 3.
IT Arrow 1430. Descend flight level 250.
And the minimum will set
TBM 6 Romeo Bravo, climb flight level 200.
We'll set at 540.
Flight level 200, TBM 36 Romeo Bravo.
I think I've seen that behavior before. Yeah, where it tries to climb to capture the VNAV path. So that's that. Good. Okay, so the arrival again, that takes us around the airport, Alaxi 1 Bravo, with the restrictions. So we have next restriction, Romeo November 901, 130 above, and then we've got Pazup between 170 and 130. Correct. Then 671, 11,000 above, max 220. Then we have level 100, Ukov. Yeah, correct. Aldaf 8,000. Cerco between 8 and 11. That's fine. Then we have Anzom 7.5. 727 or NZEP 7.5. Then we've got max 210 at NZEP, correct. Then we've got 727 at 7,000 above, and then Bento 200 knots or below. at 7,000, and then we do the final approach on the ILS. 3.33 degree down. Yeah, 3.33. Minimum 540, missed approach along the waypoint 706, 711, Oleva, Ischia, and we're climbing 5,000. That's all correctly programmed. Fantastic. Transition level 90 looks good to me. Yeah, Lars, I mean, even though the iPad may be original from like a Boeing original iPad, it's still, I don't know, there's better out there, isn't there? Well, I mean, MH Sim, apart from that, the aircraft, again, it behaves very well. That's just one of the areas that they did fix, yeah. Cool. All right, let's find our light switches. We always search for those. So we got floodlight, panel light. That looks okay. Where's overhead? Panel here. That looks good. Get the seatbelts on. Background lights here. And then we want the display lights a bit darker.
Lufthansa 441 Heavy. Proceed direct to 6 Alpha Lima Tango.
Proceeding direct to Alpha Lima Tango, Lufthansa 441 Heavy.
I mean, Faruk, I mean, all add-ons really are always work in progress, aren't they? But overall, I'm not running into many issues with the iFly. I mean, the VNAV thing in the descent, that's a bit surprising. And that should not happen, obviously. But I mean, otherwise, it's behaving nicely. I mean, I don't... Let's floodlight here a bit. I am not sure what to make of it at the moment, to be honest. I did have higher expectations because there were, so on the FS weekend, they were really talking so extremely positive about it. So it's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just, I mean, to in general practice your communications with ATC, it's okay. But here, for example, I don't know where it's getting the idea that runway 06 is closed. It's not in the NOTAMs. I have no idea where it... Now, we've got the problem with 10 knots tailwind on a short runway with a steep slope, right? So I asked for 06, and he keeps saying that it's not available due to work in progress. Again, I don't know where that comes from. So you can't really... I don't know, you can't overrule that, can you? Oh, it's a good idea, Ducat, yeah. And Toyjet 71 Bravo, where did you get the information that runway 06 is closed?
Toyjet 71 Bravo, runway 06 closure information is from the NOTAMs for Naples Airport.
Oh! Now, I don't know, I have different... Tell me, maybe I'm seeing, I'm missing something, but so here's the Naples, maybe they're doing Naples, USA or something, I don't know. So it says landing on run 24, vacate via Bravo. Papa November Zulu, unserviceable. New obstacle. Airdrome beacon is unserviceable. Obstacle light is unserviceable. All stop bars unserviceable. Monitoring Calvert runway 24 light not available. Okay, so there's nothing in here. I'm going to check my real world data. Yeah, automarker. I mean, why not, right? so again, I'm confused. But it's cool that it answered the question, though. I have to say that. So I'm checking now the real-world NOTAMs as well. No. Okay, so even the real-world NOTAMs, the EasyJet in real life just landed 06. Well, there we go. And Twijet 71 Bravo. I'm sorry, I'm unable to find the NOTAM regarding the runway 06 closure. Are you sure you are at the right Naples airport?
J71 Bravo, affirm runway 06 closure information is from the NOTAMs for Naples Airport, LIRN.
LIRN, okay, well, hey, did you hear that?
Good afternoon.
He even said LIRN, so Lima, India, Romeo, November. That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that is impressive. But still, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Because IRL, they're landing 06 right now. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to play along, so we will land on 2-4. I mean, it's a very scenic approach anyhow, so we'll do it. I'll do my best to land with 10 knots tailwind. Good question, yeah. It wasn't was it like a night closure or something, maybe? Or maybe like a time limited NOTAM for the night or something. Ask for a supervisor. Yeah. Right, we're coming into the VNAV path, so I'm going to wait until we hit the VNAV path, and I'm going to try VNAV again. So 170 below, 130 above. Hey Avenger, okay, so Florida, Naples doesn't have a 06. It's just a wild guess from my side. You would get a number, yeah. I've got a number for you to call. 555 1-800. All right, let's do the rest of the preparation. 235 inbound. Now that we can definitely say it's going to be runway 24. Here we go, reaching VNAV. Let's see what happens now. VNAV path, retard. There we go. 2020, Phuket. Because the iFly 737 MAX is not working yet in 2024. Hey Otik, oh Otik, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I checked you guys in the 747, and thank you so much for the invitation. I didn't have time to join a workshop. The thing was, you guys were so busy, and you were doing a workshop when I came up, so I didn't want to disturb anyone there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Flight Sim show. Andrew, hey, you were there in real life? Spotting runway 06? Nice. Yeah, I've been to Napoli in real life many times. Love it. It's one of those airports that has a fantastic approach. Very scenic, very challenging. And then you have a nice night stop there, some good food.
Alaska 709, cleared direct to waypoint Bravo Romeo, India.
Cleared direct to Bravo Romeo, India, Alaska 709.
I'm working on that clear.
Oh, you also had a booth. Oh, I missed the booth then.
Chris Manchester.
Yeah, but next year maybe.
November departure as final. Climb maintain 450 feet, squawk 2432. Ryanair 3203.
Mr. Mangazer, if you ask one of the mods, ask one of the mods. Maybe he can permit you to post a link. Jan Lopp, hello to you, Jan. Wie geht's? Are you on holiday as well? Because you said you're going to go on holiday prior to your training, right? Yeah, so I hope you got home well. It was great seeing you, Jan. It was a pleasure. There we go. So, Mr. Mango, sir, go ahead with the link. It should work now. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so let me just show you guys. Let me just show you the so AI overview. So Naples Airport runway 0523. I mean, that's old anyways, which is equivalent to runway 06, is close to a drainage project aimed at improving safety. So Naples Airport is conducting a major drainage project to improve safety. Involves nighttime closure. Ah, okay. So maybe that's... Yeah, but is that Florida? I have no idea what's going on, guys. Okay, so I mean, whatever. So, Mr. Mangozo, thank you so much for the link here or the picture. Appreciate that. I have no idea what's going on there. No, Andrew, I'm flying the 787. I've moved on. It's a very interesting arrival routing here. I don't know about the shaking now. Like, again, I'm sure there is a setting here. I mean, it's not here. Adjust. Oh, look at that. Oh, here we got the movement speeds. Yeah, I think here you can set the movement speed, rotation speed, and so on. But I'm not sure if it's just for the setting, adjusting. I don't see any settings regarding vibration.
American tree 50, traffic alert, climb immediately to flight level, tree 40. Climbing immediately to flight level, tree 40, American tree 50.
Yeah, again, I don't know, guys, where the setting is for those vibrations. Oh, it looks like the camera thinks it's outside. Okay. Oh, Vector has also found a note from last night. Ah, okay, so last night, it was from the 25th. No, hang on. What was it? From the... that's notum numbers. Yeah, I guess so. It says 0624 closed, not just 06 closed. Yeah, you're right. And then it says in the arrivals, that's also good information. But right now, I think someone says just right now, they're still late. Okay, so right now, though, EC, they are landing 06 because of that tailwind for runway 24. So it would be great. It would be great if Sayintentions would take that into account. So, you know, look up what real aircraft landing on to then determine what runway is in use. Or maybe read out the actual ATIS, the real world ATIS from Naples. Now, somewhere we can get the real world ATIS, can't we? Ja, Grüße nach Wien. Grüße zurück. Right, let's do the rest items here. The switch is continuous. We'll have the landing lights on. So we already cleared down to 7,000, which is convenient because that's the final approach altitude. So I'm already going to go to setting the altimeter 1026. And that way we can read a checklist. Descent checklist. Landing altitude is 300 feet. We have recall checked. Auto brake 3. Landing data VREF 137 at minimums bar row. Hang on. Oh no, it reset. Ah. .540 set. Approach briefing completed. Descent checklist complete. Fantastic. Yeah, that's true. We could do an emergency and land on 06. I tell you what, easy. I tell you what. If we can't control the landing, so if the tailwind is just too strong, and we have to do one of our go-rounds again, then for the second approach, we'll...
Proceeding direct to Alpha Lima Tango, Lufthansa 441 Heavy.
It's still shaking. Even here, it's shaking. Yeah, that's weird. So for the second approach, we'll declare emergency. We'll declare fuel emergency or something, and then request 06. Cool. Let's dial in the ILS 109.5. So India, November, Papa Lima is identified. 236. Here we got 235. Oh, did it automatically set 236 now? Because it is 235. You're joking. You can send a WhatsApp message to Sayintentions. It says requesting ATIS, and the app says arriving and departing runway 06. Lol. Okay. So for some reason, it's overriding the note, or not override, or the NOTAM is overriding the ATIS. 045 at 11, 7 degrees, 1026. Yeah, thanks, Mango Sir. That's weird, yeah. That's strange, yeah. So at some point, it should transfer us to maybe tower 18.5. Let me pre-dial that. I left it on 236. Okay, thanks. That's my mistake then. 18.5. Yeah. Oh yes, Max Crosswind. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so it's just a category here. So it's under the external view here, and that's why it's doing that. Okay. The thing is, though, I mean, somewhere there should be settings for external view. I'm pretty sure there you would be able to dial down the shaking intensity, right? But I haven't found that yet. So, rest looks okay right now. We're coming to the final approach course. Here comes flaps 1. And I'm going to put this at speed intervention now. Okay, let's put flaps 5. Yeah, at the moment, Nico, I would agree. At the moment, you know, these things with Sayintentions and Beyond ATC, I mean, they're good for practice. But I think here we have I think the majority of people here are really seasoned flight simmers, and so they will be flying on that sim.
Bravo, descend altitude 4,000, turn left, heading 195 vectors for the ILS runway 6 approach.
Left heading 195. Descent 4,000 vectors for the ILS 24 approach to Jet 71 Bravo.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Doesn't really make much sense.
Good afternoon. EC 1362. Requesting the fast clearance to Fiumicino Airport with information data on board.
Right, 4,000 is okay, but
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oh, we have the localizer, so localizer's there. Let me just go intercept the localizer here. There's a lot of tailwind here. Let's do flaps 10. And to Jet 71 Bravo. Confirm we're cleared the ILS 24. He said 06, didn't he? I somehow, in the back of my mind, I thought...
Twitter 71 Bravo, negative. You are cleared for the ILS approach to runway 6 at Naples. Turn left heading 195.
Okay, so we're switching runways. Turning left heading 195. Twitter 71 Bravo. Right, let's just follow that. That then brings us directly towards the Vesuv. I think. Or at least some mountain. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's a good thing we have flaps 10 already. Let's go flaps 5. And then descend 4,000 is a bit risky as well, isn't it? I mean, it's from the contour layers, maybe. But I'm going to do a very slow descent here. Like 500 feet per minute or so. 190 knots is fine. Oh my god. Right, fuel 3.5 tons, okay. Hey. I mean, what can we say? Right. So let's do this, Oliva.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Mango, sir. Thank you for the 13 months. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Appreciate. Yeah, I've got to change everything. I've got to get the charts out. I've got to go... Let's edit the clip. Monitor our position so that we don't crash into the mountains. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? $5,000 is the minimum, so let me just I'm just gonna do an intermediate level off here. And then we'll do approach. Take that out. Let's do Zulu.
Spirit 891, descend and maintain flight level 200.
So, like, I'm not doing this on purpose, right? I mean, you saw that. I would have flown runway 24, right? No problem, but this is going to be a challenging approach. Offset approach, runway 06, steep, displaced threshold. Oh, there's the Vesuv. Okay. Yeah, so let's just see what happens with the radar vectors. So we said it's inbound 051. Execute. There we go. 10.15. Right, November Papa Charlie is tuned, so the approach leaves us out of 3,000 at 7.3. Descent profile, 3.5 degrees. Minimum, 680. So the minimum radar vectoring, yeah, 6,000. I would imagine so, because of the Vesuv to the right. Yeah, so you can see definitely there's still some things that need to be improved, for sure. Right, 680. Yep, Fuzzle, I did. So we're now on the ILS 06 10.15. So we have identified that. I can dial that in on the second set here as well. Yeah. There we go. Dialed in twice. Huh? Hang on. Right, it's a flyby, but I actually wanted to have oh. Thank you much for the info. So 10 miles goes up to 7.6. Yeah, but it should be getting lower now, so we can slowly descend down to 4,000. Going to be over the sea in a second, so terrain should be fine. So there's the Vesuv airport behind that. We did see it initially, but we pretty much passed it, so that's why it's not on there anymore. Hey, Pete, how geht's dir? Pete, yeah, I did get home. You too? Tweetjet 71 Bravo, still maintaining heading 195.
And then Frontier 887, report altitude passing.
Frontier 887 passing through flight level 260.
2J71 Bravo, maintain heading 195.
Maintain heading 195, Tweetjet 71 Bravo. I was just asking, just to make sure that we're on the right heading. Yeah, Nico, right. So there's definitely still some terrain below us here. 3,800. So we have to pass that, at least 1,000 foot clear of that. So the issue right now is the following, guys. So we've been cleared down to 4,000 really early on. Now, if you have someone that doesn't track the altitude limitations, so the clearance limits, or the MSAs, right? He would crash into the ground. So again, you can see there are definitely some limitations with Sayintentions. Good question. Yeah. Apparently, the other traffic. All right. So in real life, it will be terrain pull up, max power. Just doing that for demonstration. Until we get to the eyebrows. And there we go. Now we would slowly lower the nose to avoid a stick shaker. Obviously, it would be obviously then also auto thrust off, etc. Autopilot off. But yeah, nighttime. Whenever you get nighttime, a pull-up warning. Only in daytime VMC. How many Gs? Well, as much as you need. Honestly, I'd rather over-G the aircraft than slam into terrain. This is one of the things. This is one of the things, honestly, I think in real life, pilots will struggle with because of the G loads. So the we normally fly so that we have passenger comfort in mind, meaning that we don't pull hard on the stick, we don't do big bank angles and so on. But in this case, when you have Jesus Christ, what is it doing? Did it go back in VNAV path just then? Hey, Fuzzle, see you next time. MCP speed, vertical speed.
Hawaiian 104 climb and maintain flight level 410.
Climbing to flight level 410, Hawaiian 104.
Yeah, what was I? Let's talk about the pull-up. So I've done one pull-up in real life, and I've told the story that it was back in the days when we didn't have TCAS. So mid 90s, and we were in the approach, and an aircraft was climbing up below us. So we were level flight. I think we were flight like 5,000 feet or something. And an aircraft then climbed quite quickly below us, towards us, right below us. And at some point, our radio altimeter started getting returns from the aircraft below us that was climbing up to us. So the GPWS thought we were descending into terrain, or actually that terrain was rising up towards us. And because the aircraft was like 1,000 feet below us, it then at some point caused that pull-up warning. It was nighttime, IMC, and I was pilot flying, so I didn't even think. It was just a reaction that had been trained in the simulator. And I do remember that switching off the autopilot, slamming the thrust levers to full power, disconnecting auto thrust, and the G load is something so unusual. That I think normally you would be kind of holding back, you know, pulling up. But you have to do it. You have to do that escape maneuver because you don't know, you know, how close you are to terrain. If it is terrain and how close you are to terrain. Because this is the one moment where you don't have time to analyze. Yeah, so Airbus, I agree, Airbus has a better system here in use because obviously it has a full flight envelope protection, meaning that you can pull back fully on the stick and it will decay on the airspeed until the maximum angle of attack for your configuration. And you keep pulling back, and the aircraft then, so the fly-by-wire system, will then keep the aircraft just a tad below max angle of attack, or at the maximum angle of attack, so that you can't stall. Yeah, but easy, we didn't have TCAS back then. So when I started flying, I did not have TCAS. TUI Fly 71 Bravo, ready for the approach.
Bravo, maintain heading 195.
Maintain heading 195. TUI Jet 71 Bravo. I'm trying. I'm honestly trying, but...
TUI Jet 71 Bravo, switch at 700, acknowledged.
TUI Jet 71 Bravo, say again. I did not copy that. What?
TUI Jet 71 Bravo, switch at 700, acknowledged.
What, switch something?
Bonanza 762 Alpha Bravo, maintain VFR below 7,000.
I have no idea what the instruction was.
VFR below 7,000, Bonanza 762 Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, 7700. That does make sense though. Shall we declare fuel emergency? TUI Jet 71 Bravo, Mayday, 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 fuel. Let's see what it does with that.
TUI Jet 71 Bravo, roger, Mayday received. You are cleared to proceed direct to Naples Airport, runway 06. Descend altitude 2,000 feet. Advise when you have the airport in sight.
Clear direct to the airport, descending 2,000, call you when airport in sight. TUI Jet 71 Bravo. Well, there we go, that works. So the approach starts at 3,000. I'm not going to go down to 2,000 to be honest. Let's go 3,000.
TUI Jet 71 Bravo, roger. Proceed direct to Naples Airport, runway 06. Descend altitude 2,000 feet. Advise when you have the airport in sight.
Descend 2,000, direct to the airport, Wilco, TUI Jet 71 Bravo. Well, we don't have to go there fast. We're still like 15 miles from this. No, we're at 30 miles from the center line. Good God. Good thing I called in fuel emergency because by the time we get there, we have a fuel emergency. Well, not quite. It's the max, so we have 1.5 hours remaining. I'm doing another flight. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll do the next flight for sure. Yeah, that's a cheat code for the Sayintentions or Beyond ATC. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, so somebody's asking if it would make more sense to clean up the aircraft again, and yeah. So normally yes, but be aware. So aerodynamically, let me just demonstrate that to you. Okay. So let's do this. So I'm going to put flaps 5 again, okay? So flaps 5. And I'm going to fly 180 knots, okay? Then we let the aircraft stabilize. And then we're going to look at the fuel flow. Using a reserve fuel, yes, sir. All right. So, all right, about 1.8. Let's wait a few more seconds. So 900 kilograms per hour per engine, okay? So now let's clean up. 210 knots. And then let's see again what fuel flow we have. So German sim aviation, I have not tried beyond ATC for a while, but to me at the moment it seems like Sayintentions is a little bit more versatile regarding some of the commands, but it also has some issues with some things with, you know, the NOTAMs, or it gives you some, you know, a runway that's not in use in real life, and then yeah, exactly, right? If it goes back 06 closed again, whatever.
American 880 descend via the star transition to approach at 134.9er.
Let me just level off here and then do that with flaps 5 again.
134.9er American 880.
So the fuel flow shouldn't really be much different, simply because flaps 5 doesn't have much flaps out, and you fly a bit slower. So usually the fuel flow will be pretty much the same, clean or flaps 5. The same thing with the A320. So what I can say, German sim aviation, is the beyond ATC. Look at that. So at 9. So that's 1.8 tons. All right, let's go flaps 5. Level flight. And let's have a look again at the fuel flow. So 1.8 with clean. So what I have to say is that Beyond ATC definitely understands all of your commands. I mean, I don't think I have any instance today where he didn't understand. Well, actually one thing he didn't understand. But otherwise, it's been pretty good. Yeah, so maybe here with the 3.7, because it has more flaps out than the Airbus. Maybe then here it is actually a bit of a drag factor. I don't know exactly how reliable these values are in the flight sim here, Microsoft Flight Sim. But here, yes. But here I would agree with you. So here it would make more sense to fly clean speed if you want to preserve some fuel. All right, let's speed up again. Yeah, using a reserve fuel is copied. Yeah, I know German sim aviation. Yeah. So it does kill immersion a bit, doesn't it? If they pronounce that really badly. Yeah. So I can't really say that I see the airport already. So let's continue on the ILS. So let's go directly to this point here. Enough. Oh really? So if you say 3, so the German 3, so 3 often doesn't understand. Okay, that's interesting. I did not have that issue today, I think. So ILS still identified, and again it's a bit offset. And quite a challenge. Higher minimums. So there's a bit more of a portion that we have to fly manually. So then we do runway 06. The same thing. Condition. Oops. Condition dry. So the same thing here, about 1,600 meters.
JetBlue 222, maintain 300 knots.
Maintaining
JetBlue 222.
I think so, yeah. German Civil Aviation. I don't know exactly the tiers, what they include, but yeah, the trial is fairly basic, I think. Yeah. So you notice that when you get a frequency change that contains either 3 or a 9, then it still happens. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. That's the thing we wanted to change, right? Performance with the wind. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Exactly. There's a setting somewhere where you can change that. So that was how many knots? 14 or something. So let's put that 7. Yeah, 16. Yeah, that's fine though. Leave everything as is. Utah. Give me a hint. When's the last time you said hello? Your name does sound familiar. Or did we just meet in FS Weekend? Oh, you were there doing the S1 to be at some ATC and after Mori. Yeah, nice. How did it go? I hope everything goes well. So the intercept is out of 3,000. That's fine. We'll get the aircraft configured just a little bit prior. We'll get another 5 miles. There's the airport. Trijet 71 Bravo airport inside.
2J71 Bravo, contact Naples Tower on 118.5 for landing clearance.
185, thank you, 2Jet71 Bravo. Flaps 10. Flaps 10. Naples Tower, good evening, buonasera, 2Jet71 Bravo, Mayday, ILS 06.
J71 Bravo, Naples Tower. Say again, please.
Yeah. Mayday flight, and we are visual runway 06 to Jet71 Bravo.
To RJ71 Bravo, winds 355 at 7, runway 6 cleared to land.
Runway 6 cleared to land, to Jet71 Bravo. Good. VOR lock, glide slope armed. Yeah, at least now we have good headwind. Look at that, 26 knots headwind. Lock. Gears coming down.
Bonanza 64 Fox Alpha 2 cleared for takeoff, runway 30 wind calm.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 30 Bonanza 64 Fox Alpha 2.
Yeah, it could be that Sayintentions is a bit more reliable in the US. I guess we would have to try that in the US as well at some point. Flaps 15. Right, glide slope should be coming in any moment now. And then missed approach will take us to 6,000 feet. Dial that in already. 6,000. Missed approach altitude set. Right, getting a bit bumpy now. Let's have a look. This is really the challenge. So this approach, as you can see, is offset. It's windy, bumpy, and I've got enough excuses if it goes wrong. 25 on the flaps. Speed brakes aren't already nice. So single channel's fine, I'm happy with that. Here's glide slope. Flaps 30.
2500.
Huh? There we go. And flaps 40. Landing. Well, approach checklist was 1026 set, and landing checklist and your start switch is continuous. We have speed brakes armed, green light, landing gear down 3 green, flaps 40, green light, and that is the landing checklist. Complete, cleared land, runway in sight. Manual flight. Manual thrust. But the approach itself is beautiful. IRL as well. It's just right over the city, and you have the house on the left on the hill there. Really, really pretty. And of course, that explains it that at night time, obviously, they don't really want to give you this approach if the winds are such that you could do the runway 24 approach. But otherwise, obviously, like today with that wind. 1000 check was stable. Yeah, you would go 06, just like doing IRL as well. Getting a little bit higher in the profile, let's correct that.
Terrain.
Disregard.
400.
Wow, big updraft here. Whoop.
Beechcraft 9001 Bravo taxiing to runway 24 via taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to runway 24 via taxiway Alpha, Beechcraft 9001 Bravo.
Contact departure on 1 miles destination.
Continue.
Lufthansa 2 Juliet Whiskey.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Come on. Without speed brakes up, reverse at normal. Yeah, good deceleration here. Manual brakes, auto brakes off. Well, flaps 40, J, initially that was all for runway 24 with lots of tailwind, but here this approach has 3.5 degrees of slope as well, so. The runway per se, I wouldn't say it's short, no, but tell you what, if you think that was a hard landing, let me just check.
2AJ71 Bravo, welcome to Naples, contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er, thank you, 2AJ71 Bravo. Did you hear that? Our captain. Sorry, the announcer is very quiet, but he's saying, he's just witnessed Captain Blackbox did a kind of very nice landing, so smooth it felt like landing on a cloud. Well, there we go. If my purser says that, I mean, who am I to doubt him, all right? So probably says that every time. Naples ground, good evening, Twitch at 7-1 Bravo. Paid actor. True. Naples ground, Twitch at 7-1 Bravo, just vacated.
J71 Bravo. Contact apron on 119.999 for tug services.
Okay, 119.999. Copied Twitch at 7-1 Bravo. Now that's a frequency. That's a frequency for like GSX services. So I guess it's really as if Naples apron, Twitch at 7-1 Bravo. Right, let's get the terrain data off. TCAS off. The flight directors off as well. Naples Twitch at 7-1 Bravo. Good evening. All right, I'm going to give up on that. So we'll just taxi in to a stand. Let's do parking. We'll do, I don't know. Yeah, it's like 15, 16. Can we get that maybe? Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Don't know why they call that ramp, but there we go. Yeah, Mex, I think so, yeah. Maybe Bruno knows better. Right, let's take 19. So. Magic. Alright, so there we go. Strobes can go off, obviously. That can go off as well. APU is running. Alright, guys. Yeah, so interesting flight. But as expected, I honestly did not think it would go smoothly. So I was not wrong. Maybe someone's right. Maybe in the US it works a bit better. So maybe Beyond ATC is not so familiar with the procedures here in Europe. I have no idea, but they definitely did have some issues for sure. Right. Anyhow, we'll do another flight, VFR flight, on the second stream. And what I want to do is I want to go and fly from Gannekesee down to Lelystad. I think the flight time should be about 40-45 minutes in the Comanche. So we'll do a nice VFR flight. Again, I want to try beyond ATC. This time, let's have a look if we can actually do a VFR flight. Supposedly, it is working, VFR. I don't know how good it's working, but we can try. Yeah, exactly. Because for next year, exactly that. Next year, I do plan to actually fly in IRL. Exactly. So just, and of course, because Papa Hotel scenery developer, he said that he's updating the scenery apparently at some time. And the scenery looks already good, so should be fun. So here's the tower view, which looks nice. We can scan around. Here's the Vesuve. Beautiful. Naples. Beautiful, beautiful city. And a very challenging approach. And that's what I mean with the 06. So the offset, the hills there. So offset touchdown zone for the landing. And then you have a remaining length of around about 2,200 meters roundabout. So it's not the longest runway. He was updating the charging stations. hope more than that. Yeah, it was you, Nico, right? Yeah, you posted something in my Discord, correct? Yeah. I know. Because, yeah, that was interesting. So next year, Nico, maybe I can contact you at some point to get some tips. I did read up on some procedures, but it's a busy airspace there, so yeah, you got to be careful. Right, guys, give me 5 minutes. I'm just going to stop the stream and then restart it for the next flight. And then we'll have a look for the flight planning. I think, I'm not sure, do I need to have a flight plan for Sayintentions? Maybe just do the it only has a small selection. Cessna, Baron. Okay. Let's have a look. All right. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Peter. Yeah. Definitely. Also 2020, yeah. Okay, guys, give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Thank you so much. In the meantime, thank you so much, first of all, though, for the huge support. So Avenger Ryan, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. And also to John Tamara, also gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for all the resubs, too. So hopefully you have some time to stick around for a short flight. If not, I will see you again if you like. Well, Thursday is going to be a German live stream. But then the coming weekend, I'm going to do another English stream for sure. Fantastic. Nico says he wasn't a pilot, but it was easier than expected. Nice. Okay, that's good. That's good news. Okay, guys. See you in 5.